Silent John incremental, another silent instrumental, the nerd rap existential. People compare me to MC Christopher a lot, but the fact is I predict it with significance. I'm the oldest geek rapper by far, save K and R. Compiling kernels, open bracket, cause I racket. And my teen nerds throw your laser pen in the air and wave it all around like you had no repercussions. Now follow instructions, Professor. Why these discussions consist of nothing but incoherent rambling and babbling? But you should still take notes, cause you never know what's happening. I'll drop a little nugget, a tidbit if you will. There were 4 United States presidents named Bill. Really? If you run out of hit points, the game will shout.
Your life force is running out.
If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life, yeah. Let me start again, put it on like a cardigan, swinging like my name was Mad Mardigan. Which reminds me, Warwick Davis was Willow and a Ewok. Leonard Nimoy was Galvatron and Spock. That ain't typecast, I don't know what it. Talk about predestiny, nobody gets the best of me. I've only played one role my whole lifetime, the nerd lifeline, stream through a wicked pipeline. So no one can bite mine, cause mine is original and I write rhymes to burn on a CD, play in the mini V. Soccer moms yodel back, yodel at belittle me. I got a sidekick, I gotta stay connected. Watch out for my decom or you'll get infected. And you don't wanna be one of my bots, cause I see it all like Sauron the Cyclops. And I won't hesitate to drop your whole net block if you're acting up and you're dumber than a pet rock. I'm about this nerd life, as you can see, spreading like a virus on MP3. Yeah, on MP3. STC. Shoutouts to Vic, Agnostic One, up for fucking Silent John. Yeah. Nerd Life, Graphing Calculator, HP48G. The G is for gangster. Digital shit, yeah. You know how we do.
What's up, meatbags? That was Dig Dug by YT Cracker. I am the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD, and he is Captain Carl, and this is Gabbing with Geeks. Today we're being joined by Gary, the obsessive compulsive gamer.
What's up, folks?
How's your week been, Carl?
It's been pretty good. Picked up a few games and watched a new movie, and that's about it.
Sounds interesting. What about you, Gary? What you been up to this week?
Oh, we had last Saturday. We went to was our anniversary, so we went out to what we have here in Royal Oak, Arts, Beats and Eats. See a couple concerts, Rise Against, Neon Trees, had fun. The old lady had a lot of fun. She got to catch the main singer of Neon Trees glasses, so she was all pumped up over that. But missed a good one last week from the sound of it. Missed a good one last week.
Yeah, last week was definitely.
Yeah, you gotta quit doing marriage things, dude.
Yeah, you know us haters don't have lives. You gotta.
Yeah, we're all basement dwelling virgin man babies. I mean,
Yeah. It gets in the way of my my alone time with my lady.
Well, we'll try to keep you here for as long as we can. Now, for me, last week was a very
tell us about your day.
Work sucked. I had a lot of people called off. A lot of people were missing. Some machines broke down. As you can see, I didn't do a lot of videos last week because I was so tired from doing all the work. But I did. I'm in contact with somebody who's. We're trying to work out a deal to see if I can get an animated opening for the show. So, hopefully we can get that going.
Well, to touch on that a little bit, it's kind of heartbreaking because I was actually working on something before you even messaged that or sent that out on Twitter. So I'll let you guys be the judge when I do get it done, because like I said, I've been working on it. I've been working on it.
I'm sure it'll be good.
for about a week before you even sent that message out, and I was like, "Oh wow, I was gonna surprise Tony," but that's okay. Hey, if that's really good quality, I was gonna do
Hey, I
just
got
to
an
give you a
idea.
little. Go
We
ahead.
can play when you're on.
Hey, if it saves us some money, then we'll definitely redirect it towards you. We
Sounds
don't
good to
want
me.
we don't want the highest quality. We just want decent quality.
We want
I'm sure what you
acceptable
got is good
quality.
gear.
We want Amico quality.
Oh, that means it'll be two years late.
5 years late. 5.
Carl, you got a new game, and I believe
Yeah.
you got an unboxing video.
I got a few.
Oh,
Yeah, I did an unboxing video, so show that off or whatever.
Ooh. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Carl's unboxing video. Let me just take this banner off. Rid of that. Let's make sure I got the right video. My computer's been really, really slow this week. So
it's the last one I linked to you, so.
Man, I got like 8 tabs open, Carl. We got a busy show today.
Clear your schedule, boys.
Thanks, Tony, for letting me do this.
Hold up. It is not. There it is. My computer is so slow that I did not even see the fucking video pop up.
Thanks, Tony, for letting me do this. All right. So, what I have is this.
Let me know if there's any kind of reverb or anything going on. If the audio is good.
Yeah, it's a little echoey.
Sonic Colors Ultimate
There we go.
HD. Now, I know what y'all are saying about all the bugs and stuff, but I pre-ordered this way before.
Carl, your video is killing us.
Way before finding about all that, and I think it'll still be salvageable. So, what you see here is just an ordinary box with plastic wrapping. At the top, it says I get a free Baby Sonic keychain. No, I really couldn't read the print on the back, but I'll show it to you. Here's the side.
It looks like a special edition to me, Carl.
So, all right. Yeah, this is what
it's a launch edition. They're all like that.
Here.
Well, hey, I still consider launch edition somewhat special.
Yeah, I guess so.
Carl struggling to open it one-handed.
All right, so this is what we got here. First,
I struggle to do this, so just pause it or whatever.
That's still really sweet.
It kind of feels okay, but I haven't decided if I'm going to get into it or not. I think I'll leave it in the packaging. It'll be that much cooler, you know? But this is what anyone gets to the launch edition, basically, which I think is really nice. All right, let me put this in my drawer and...
Keeping it sealed, Carl?
Let's get to this.
I haven't decided. I'm going to put it on my keychain at some point.
No. Nothing in the plastic wrapping. It's kind of interesting. I know with Sonic Mania Plus that the game itself was wrapped individually. So, yeah. But this is Sonic Colors Ultimate HD, and, I've not played it yet. I might wait a few weeks. Don't know. Maybe I'll talk about that. We'll see. But let me open it here. All right, folks. So
Dun,
this is
dun,
what
dun,
it looks
dun,
like
dun,
now. There
dun.
is a code in the box for something.
Physical media.
I'm not
Icons
going to show
for the
that.
Android, for
Sorry.
I think mobile phone.
But that's basically it.
You start putting manuals back in
Ta-da.
cases.
Now
Well,
back
some
to Gabbing
games
with
still have
Geeks.
manuals, like the limited run stuff.
Oh yeah, I got the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 has finally been shipped out. We've been waiting. I ordered that back in March, I believe. I think it was on my birthday. I ordered it, and they finally just started shipping out. So I should be getting my copy here in a couple days.
Your birthday's in March, Gary?
Yes, March 23rd.
No, it's not a Sonic butt plug. Yeah, so all right, I did play through a few acts for the resort level, and I mean, as I was telling Gary and Tony, the help screens are not that helpful. They don't really tell you what to press. I just feel like they could have expanded it or something. I don't know. Like whenever you press start, they don't even tell you what the buttons do on the controller.
Now this is a port, so if anybody knows, now I'm pretty sure that Colors came
it's
with
an expanded port. It's an enhanced port though.
Right.
They have new content that was not on the Wii. So I mean, it's like they could have added a settings. They could have added something.
Well, what I'm getting at here, Carl, is that what you're saying and what I'm understanding from what I've seen on videos and reviews is that it's somewhat of a lazy port.
Oh yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah, so obviously with no manual that come with the a good majority of Switch games. Oh my gosh,
that game needs a manual that bad.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll tell you like this, people knock Sonic Forces, but I'm telling you straight up, I thought Sonic Forces was better.
Oof.
Forces, I haven't
it's except the Sonic Colors Ultimate is okay. I mean, I'm not going to trade it or anything. It just
I didn't play Colors back when it was released. I actually did play Colors, but it wasn't that version. It was the DS version, which I absolutely love. I think that's a great kind of more original style Sonic.
Yeah, if you're gonna get Sonic Forces though, get the one that's a double packed with Super Monkey Ball.
Okay.
Anything else to add to this whole discussion, Carl? Anything else about the game you want to know?
I do have some other games, I was going to show off if you'd like. And I do have. Are you
wearing a shirt?
Huh?
Yes. Wearing a shirt?
I'm wearing a shirt.
What's Mr. Beefy talking about? That makes what an exclusive.
The version of Sonic Colors Ultimate is an exclusive based on the fact that there's new content in the game.
Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, okay.
All right. Turn my cam on here.
Joke went over.
All right. All right. So this is the box I was talking about for Sonic Colors. The color is not really that amazing. They're really soft. I wish they would use like 80s neon colors or something like that. So this is a Sonic Mania, and I was actually going to unwrap it here.
Ooh, exclusive content going on this channel.
Yep. I got a head start on this bitch, so. All right, so, okay, fun fact. Sonic Mania actually has the DLC included. So no code or anything. You simply plug in the cartridge or disc or what have you, and everything is set up.
That's nice. Nice.
So here it is. There's some kind of paper, which I'll look at later. But I don't think it's digital content. So that's basically what it looks like. Sonic Mania looks like. And I got another game today.
Aside from the ones you were talking about on the stream last week.
See, here's a packaging here.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I heard that you pre-ordered the Pokemon Pearl.
Yeah, I got the double pack.
All right. Oh yeah, that's right. You did say that. All right.
Yep, I got the double pack. I couldn't resist. I'm curious how they're going to do the double screens, but it is what it is.
Carl's raking in the dough. All this gabbing with Geeks dough.
Not really. A order. And
you're not getting a raise.
Get
Carl.
this.
I know you're buying all kind of games, but you're not getting a raise.
Sonic, Street Fighter 30th anniversary.
It's
now that
down.
Does that play like the what came out on the Xbox Live Arcade a few years back?
This is all the games, but I tell you right now, this is the best version because they included an 8-player mode that the other versions don't have, as best to my knowledge.
8 players? How does that work?
Well, apparently there was some arcade machine that it had like, it's like a tournament style, I think. I've never really tried it because I don't really have 8 people to game with.
It's probably like a take turns, people coming in and out.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. So if I understand it, I think that does have the tournament edition or whatever came out on Xbox Live, the remaster. The Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the remaster came out on like Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Store probably about 10 years ago.
And I'm unwrapping this too, so.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Gogo 13. I do miss manuals. I always remember going to the store.
Oh, man, we need manuals.
Reading the manual on the ride home.
Okay, here we go. All right, so here's the front.
It's a good reason why I like limited run.
But they're so expensive limited run.
Well, it depends what you're getting. I think like most of the games that I buy are about $35. They ain't too bad.
Yeah, the price is actually very acceptable.
No, you got to take into account though. Those are like indie type games, so games that are more on your retro side. So I can understand, especially when you can probably pay about half that if you just go and buy it digital. But I like to support them. I think they're a great company.
Here's the thing: when you buy games from them, from companies like Limited Run, you get future proofing.
Yeah, and that's why I support them.
Everything is loaded onto the disc.
Most of the time.
Most of the
time. 9 out of 10 times.
There are a few things that have had to have updates. So unfortunately, they did the same thing with Wargroove, and Wargroove didn't come out limited run. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Wargroove. It kind of plays like Advanced Wars.
I vaguely heard of it.
Yeah,
it's really good. That didn't come out limited run, but I think they waited to release some kind of content on it, and then shortly after they released more content. So yeah, future proofing is. You would hope that stuff all gets onto the cartridge. I think they did that with the Celeste. They waited about a year after they took pre-orders to get that out. But
pretty much.
I don't think anything else dropped on that. So yeah, when they can do it and make it happen to get all the content on there, I'm with you guys. I want it all on there.
I also played The Ascent.
Man, you've been having a busy week, Carl.
Yeah, it is what it is. The Ascent isn't too bad of a game. I really only have 2 or 3 problems with it. Number 1, the icons on the mini map are nearly microscopic. Number 2,
is that a first-person shooter?
No, it's a twin stick shooter action RPG.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's if you have Game Pass on the Xbox, it's free to play. I got for $12, so it's not a bad game. Another one is I just don't like the way the level areas are designed, at least so far. Even the city, I just wish it were had everything where you knew what was what. I literally had to guess to figure out which was where.
Have you ever played a game that you haven't complained about, Carl? Because you always
I have standards,
High standards, Tony. High standards.
Yeah, very high. What have you been playing this week, Gary? Playing any?
Yeah, what have you been playing?
So just before the stream, I actually got my. For some reason, my phone has been on the fritz, and my hotspot has not really worked well with playing hooking it up to my Switch for some reason.
That never works.
It started to work again for my Oculus, and I actually had cleared my Oculus because I wanted to get because I had fudged up when I was trying to sideload. So it actually worked. I got all my stuff re-downloaded, and there had been 2 games that I purchased that I'd been waiting weeks to play, and that was Swarm on VR and Until You Fall, and that was what I was playing before we hopped on live. And I'm absolutely enjoying Swarm. Is great. If you got VR, check that out. It's kind of like a Spider-Man. You're swinging around and you're grappling. And it's like an arcade shooter, kind of reminiscent of maybe like a Galaga, kind of mixed with a third person kind of cell shaded. It's really good. It's unique. It's just arcadey kind of shooter, but the music is really good. I think it's fun. So I've been playing VR for the last couple days.
I've never tried VR. I wear glasses and it's never gonna be.
Well, there are ways around it, but I think it's a little bit more expensive if you do have glasses. You can go get prescription pop-on little lenses that they have.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. The Oculus Go, I have. I'm a glasses wearer, dude, and I could see it and I could play it.
I mean, and it can work with glasses, but there are even with me, and I used to have 20/20 vision. I mean, in the last couple of years, my vision has just taken a crash.
He ain't
but
he ain't what he used to be. He ain't what he used to be. He ain't what he used to be.
But you can there are they give you a spacer in the box. Some people say it works, some people say it doesn't. There are ways, I said, there are ways around the glasses, though.
And I tell you right now, there is John Riggs is a huge VR fan, and that dude is almost as blind as a bat, as I understand.
Hey, what's up, Show? Yeah, he's.
Hey, Show, what's up?
He was recently, I think, commenting on one of the newer VR games. He's been a big proponent to the.
He's a
VR
huge VR fan. Yeah,
and
so there's.
He's a glasses wearer, so
if you want to get into VR, there's no excuse. I just don't care that enough to pay for it.
Here's the thing. I found out within I was super excited last year when it was announced, and I had pre-ordered all the good stuff, and I had just waited long enough to where the 2 came out, and I didn't get stuck with the original. With my eyes, the only problem I find, and I don't know if it's my eyes or if it's just getting older, I noticed that it takes a lot out of me. The VR, I think it's for kids, man. I think getting into your older age, unless you're perfect, I never thought I'd get VR sickness as much as I do. So I really have to play it in increments, 15, 20 minutes here or there.
We all know.
Out of shape. Just admit it, Gary. You're just out of shape. You can't move the arms around.
We all know
it's too much basement dwelling.
Yeah.
We all know what game Tony wants. A Virtual Girlfriend 2K22.
They got the new one. The new one's out already?
I think they call that VR chat. But no, it's good. It's not what I thought it was. It's
wouldn't
not as
give
exciting
up on it if you're genuinely interested, dude.
It's fun. Yeah, definitely try it out. see if it's for you. But there are ways, you know, I hear that a lot. One of my good buddies says that he wants one but won't get one because he wears glasses and he's not sure if it would really be a fit for him. It'd be nice if they had, you know, we were able to test these out, but I think, you know, COVID foiled their plans to demo these things out at stores. So it's kind of a shame.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
13. I'm going to use the Virtual Boy. That's going to get me.
No.
Damn you, Carl. The Virtual Boy is a staple of gaming.
Garbage.
Anybody who says otherwise.
Hot garbage.
I love my
I would
Virtual Boy.
rather have an Amico over that
Oh my
flaming
goodness.
pile of tech.
Oh my goodness.
You just got to duct tape the Virtual Boy to your head, and it works just fine.
Well, here's the thing. Here's how I actually play it. I'll lay down. When I lay in bed, I'll just rest it on top of my head, and it actually works perfect. But yes, that is one of the biggest. One of the biggest issues is how you actually use it. And I actually have an original stand. Unfortunately, the little plastic medallion that holds the whole stand together is notorious for cracking because when you spread those legs out, it likes to like put pressure on like the side of it or whatever, and they crack. So they actually have guys out there who are 3D printing ones. But I have
you got to be careful when you spread the legs, Gary. You can't be rough. You got to be gentle.
Yep.
Nice.
But I do have.
You get unwanted surprises 9 months later, like kids. And...
Okay, there you go. Yes, the Amico is the Tiger R Zone. There's a perfect comparison right there. Now that is something that if you don't like gaming, and you can make fun of that all you want. The Tiger R Zone. I actually found one of those in a lot, and I sent it to my buddy because he's a big Tiger R Zone.
Isn't it called the Gamecom?
No, the Gamecom was another Tiger electronic kind of device, but that was that was the gray one with the touch screen and black. I think it was monochrome on that one. But the R Zone was like, it was supposed to be like virtual reality, but only had the lens. And what it did was it mirrored kind of like an arcade type deal. Yeah, and those were more simplistic games. Well, so was the Tiger. The Gamecom, but
hey, you know, you laugh, but they are bringing those Tiger handhelds back.
Hey, I know the Tiger handhelds I loved. I have a lot of nostalgia love for those old ones, even though they do things. Well, they're like little Game & Watches. You know, they're nothing fantastic, but if they would put those in color, that would be awesome. I know it's how they originally made them. We were actually thinking about getting the oldest, the Jurassic Park one came out. But I had a hell of a time.
You would do that to your own kids? What? They were bad. They were bad all year or something.
Well, it was his idea. I showed it to him. I said, "Hey, this is kind of like what we grew up with." And he's like, "Oh, it's cool. Anything Jurassic Park or Jurassic World." Like I said, he's a big dinosaur nut, so he has, you know, everything Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. That's his hobby.
And 20 years later, he's gonna have. And 20 years later, he's going to have his own video games channel.
You know what I've been playing this week, guys?
What's that? What you been playing?
Ultimate Alliance 3, and the game is fucking awesome.
Ooh.
Oh, you know it's funny. Okay. It's funny he says that because I actually was looking at it last week because I was thinking about.
Oh, hey, you know, I could pick that up, and we could do that. You know, I liked Ultimate Alliance 3. I ran into an odd situation.
Uh-oh.
I was in Wakanda, and I swear the AI was trying to kill itself. I'm not joking. I was in the tunnel sequence in that area, and the AI was legitimately trying to say, "Hey, look what I can do," and it just tried to kill itself.
Now, here's my problem with that game. Now, Tony, have you played the original Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah, loved it.
Now, do you? Now they're two totally different games. Do you think that it stands on its own two feet? It should stand on its own 2 feet?
What do you mean, Ultimate Alliance 3?
Yeah, because it really doesn't have that feel like the first one's more of a dungeon crawler. Whereas
Yeah,
I
this
think
one's-
that one's more of like a level kind of, you know what I mean?
It's not quite a dungeon crawler. It's more of a, I would say, like an action beat 'em up hack and slash.
Right.
But it's good. It's better than the damn Marvel Avengers game. I'll tell you that much.
That's what a lot of people are saying. And that's the only thing that's really stopped me from getting that is because I've watched a bunch of reviews and they hate the what is it, the shard system or whatever that says at one point you'll stop being able to level up or something like that along the lines. You'd have to put a lot of hours into it, but there's a lot of gripes with it that every time I go and watch a review, I'm like, it looks okay, it looks cool. Especially like the X-Men part is the thing that really sells me on it, is when you get to like the academy and you're fighting through all the
Sentinels?
yeah.
The original Ultimate Alliance, we got all the good sequences except the one where you had to pick between Jean Grey or Nightcrawler.
Oh, that's awful. I had to go with my boy Nightcrawler on that one.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
And if you save Nightcrawler, Jean Grey becomes the Dark Phoenix.
Isn't that when they fall? Yeah, isn't that when they fall through like they're in like a bird cage and you have to like unlatch
when
one
you're
of
in
the bird
hell
cages?
and you have to choose between Nightcrawler or that, and
God, that game was so good.
Game was good. Actually, I don't know if they still sell it on Xbox.
Yeah, it's a bummer that 3 is not more, because I don't know if 2, I never played through 2, but I remember 2 not being as people, when they reviewed it, they said it wasn't as good as the first one. Now, obviously,
I went through I went through most of the difficulties one by one, and I mean, it was okay. It was okay, but it definitely wasn't as great.
I think 2 was just more of the same. It was like too much of the same.
Yeah. It was the whole Marvel Civil War bull shit.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, we could. I could pick a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah, we get some live stream going. Gary.
Heck yeah.
I know Beefy.
We can watch the AI kill itself.
Yeah, well, I know Beefy's got a Switch. We can convince him to be the fourth guy.
Oh, yeah.
One of you will have to live stream it. I don't have anything hooked up for the Switch.
I don't. I have no idea how to do that. I'm an old man when it comes to that kind of stuff. I really am.
Well, here's the thing. I know how to do it. It's just that because my computer screen doesn't work, I won't be able to.
You should buy yourself a new computer. You bought. You spent $2,000 on Amico.
I should. I was going to. And
quit paying a Taiwan. Get yourself a damn computer, man.
Well, I was gonna buy.
Quit giving Tommy Tallarico money.
I was gonna buy one off of Cyrus, but then he didn't want to sell it to me, so now I gotta.
Just get a computer, dude. You don't have to get I'll tell you. I actually helped my dad's a musician, so I helped him pick a damn good laptop.
Well, after the stream, you could suggest me some laptops. I got Sidekick Max, just got a new one for school.
The one I got, I picked for Dad is like 1,000. It came up to 1,000 because of all the protection plan at Staples and whatnot. Well, somewhere about there.
That shit.
Well, you could probably get it if you about 800. I think it's like 800 or so. It's got the best. It's got the best what you're going to find at Staples at least. But it's not bad.
Change your format says the Zephyrus G14 with 5900 HS and 3600.
Yeah, folks, help this man pick a laptop. Come on, folks.
Well, it's got to be a gaming laptop, obviously, something I could stream with. Here's the thing, though. I'm getting the damn Steam Deck coming. That's part of the problem because I got that Steam Deck on pre-order. And
this poor bastard needs a gaming laptop, folks. Let's help him pick one out.
Luke says you definitely need the protection. Hell no. I don't gamble. We don't gamble.
Here's the thing. here's the thing with the Staples protection is full coverage, but the one at Best Buy is not.
Yeah. I usually don't get warranties or anything like that. I just roll the dice.
I mean, if you need to get yourself a gaming laptop, especially when you hit 1,000, when you start earning that $1 per month from YouTube.
I'll be making the big bucks by then.
It'll be a bit. You could have it as a business expense.
I don't write anything off as business expenses. I probably could, considering I spent a lot of money on the website and paying people and stuff.
No lunch with Tommy.
It's a business lunch.
Even take him to a strip club. That could definitely be a huge business expense.
KP says he suggests I sell the Amico shell for a quality laptop.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
Cyrus said that I might get some offers, but I'm not going to, wipe off my signature until I know that there's an offer on the table.
That's a valid point. So if anyone out there happens to watch this video, he needs a solid offer. Actually, you can sell it on eBay.
Well, you just the way to like I said before, I thought the best thing to do would just be if you really didn't want it, you wouldn't be getting any money back if you put it back up for another, charity kind of thing. But obviously, you're not going to get your money back that way. But.
Or you could just donate it, for the amount you spent on it. You need to, if you have business expenses, you really should be filing them when you do your taxes, because you're doing yourself an injustice if you don't.
Yeah, you're right, Carl, but I really I'm so lazy. I just give my taxes to the tax lady and let her do her thing. And
whatever. It's just advice. Take
advice.
from it what you will.
I'm not disagreeing with the advice. I'm just saying.
Just advice from a friend. That's all. That's all it is. So.
God damn it, Carl! I'm gonna write you off as a tax expense.
I don't think it'd be worth that much. So
I'm claiming Carl on my taxes, guys. All right, let's get to a nice, happy subject.
Okay.
In honor of 9/11, in honor of our troops, Carl is going to give us the top 3 war movies.
Oh yeah. All right. So. Okay, folks, this is what I ended up doing. I ended up picking a movie from a different genre and decade for each one. So,
top 3 movies.
Let me bring up my YouTube, because that's where I had the list at. All right, so...
Now, is this like fictional war or actual, like, based on...
Just in general, everything from comedy to action. So
it's just going to be the top 3 movies. I just said war movies.
Yeah,
that was funny.
All right, so and these are no specific order. Okay, so action, The Glimmer Man.
I've never seen that.
Is that Bruce Willis?
No, it's Damn.
God,
it's got Steven Seagal.
Oh,
Steven Seagal.
Okay, there we go.
And it's got one of the Wayans brothers. I think Damon Wayans. And basic. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, what happened?
Did we just lose?
I think we lost Carl. Did you guys?
Yeah, Carl only gave us 1 movie, then he left. Fuck.
Well, I guess I'll have to break down a couple war movies. I'd have to say that if we're gonna go, give me 1 second.
I'm losing everybody.
No, you're not gonna lose me. But I had an incoming call I had to dismiss. But I guess we could start what was it, 90? I would say 99. Did Saving Private Ryan? I know that's like a big time one, but it still is one of my all time favorites.
Sorry about that.
Just because of the let me finish real quick, Carl. I don't know if it's on your list, but I popped in Saving Private Ryan just because it's a good World War II movie. I think they had an all-star cast at the time. I think the blood and the guts and the you've never seen. Oh my God, Carl!
Sorry, man.
I seen Shaving Ryan's Privates. Anything similar?
Starring Triple H.
Starring Triple X.
But
so you never seen Saving Private Ryan, Carl?
No.
Oh man!
But
such a good movie.
Yeah. So like I was saying, Glimmerman is basically Steven Seagal plays as an assassin, as a retired assassin, and he as usual, like all his movies, was the best.
Of course,
and
breaking arms, snapping necks.
Yeah, and there's this whole conspiracy that involves someone killing his wife, and that's basically what it's about. Number 2 is a comedy featuring Martin Lawrence and Danny DeVito. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, I fucking love that movie, Carl. You hit the nail on the head with that one.
Oh man, so okay, for those who've never seen this movie, Martin Lawrence is a thief, and Danny DeVito is a billionaire. And so one day, Martin Lawrence raids his house and gets caught. And so what does Danny DeVito do? In front of the cops, steals the thief's ring. And basically, it's a giant penis measuring contest.
Yep, John Leguizamo's in it.
Oh yeah, that movie's fucking good.
Really, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's about up there with Streets of Fire. So,
and we know how much you love Streets of Fire.
I love Streets of Fire. In fact, that was a stipulation. That was a stipulation for this list. Streets of Fire cannot be on the list. So, yeah,
you mention it at least once every week, Carl.
Yeah, sorry. I got. Anyway, so the final one is a science fiction, Ready Player One.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
You know, it was okay, and I definitely liked it. The couple of times I watched it after the very first time,
it was all right.
It wasn't what everybody said it was. You know, it wasn't as big as everybody was making it out to be.
It is a nostalgia flick. That's all it was.
Well, I read the book. I love the book.
And that's what they say. The book was a lot better than the movie. I'm more of a movie person than I am a book guy. I will say though that I did like the Percy Jackson films, and I was kind of sad that they didn't make the third movie.
I thought they were supposed to be making a third movie.
Probably. I mean, they probably have to reboot it because those characters are probably like a lot older now. But I did like those movies. Those were pretty good.
If I'm gonna replace Ready Player One as a video game movie with something, it would have to be Free Guy, which is in theaters now. And that's Ryan. Huh? Yeah, I saw it the other day.
Man, Carl, you're buying all kind of video games.
We didn't buy it. We went to the theater to see it.
I think I'm overpaying you, Carl. That's what I think this is.
So. This movie, I call it EA the movie because the company that this whole movie is centered around, I swear they remind me so much of Electronic Arts or Activision. Well, no, if it were Activision, it'd have lots of lawsuits, but it's it's just so funny that, and I know that whoever wrote the screenplay or produced this or whatever, they love video games. Because there's stuff in this movie that only a gamer would even understand.
Give us an example, Carl.
Okay, like, the way that companies, the big companies release the same game all the time, like Madden. That's them. They reference that. And that they don't directly reference it, but they reference it.
It's like I gotta go watch Free Guy.
It's hilarious. And basically, what Free Guy is about is an NPC. Basically, he gains artificial intelligence and starts and it's basically about this indie developer getting their property back from the big AAA company because he wants to just scrap it and just do the typical EA stuff. He wants to Maddenize it.
Sounds interesting. Sounds
it's
like right
pretty insane. Ryan Reynolds movie, so I don't think you're gonna hate it.
Oh, I do like Ryan Reynolds. He's so dreamy.
Well, I mean, his acting range might be limited, but his movies are generally likable.
Well, because he's a likable guy. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's so who you're getting, but it's a really fantastic movie.
Yeah,
but,
I haven't heard of that one. I'll have to check it out.
But the problem with is that it doesn't really have any science fiction elements, so I don't know. As a video game movie, it might be my favorite, but it's not a science fiction movie, and that's what I classify Ready Player One as. So,
Show wants to know if he references Deadpool in the movie.
Not specifically. It's more about video games and comic books. I mean, maybe. I mean, it might be possible. Perhaps. You'll have to watch the movie for yourself.
That means Carl doesn't remember.
No, not that part, sorry. But I do remember enough of it to know that I had a great time watching it.
So I think that could be a good segue to maybe the video games.
Yeah.
Well, we could be talking about the new Marvel video games that are coming out, or we could talk about the Intellivision Amico going. It was showing off at
Boomers, yeah.
We could let everyone decide. Vote.
Show says he's got to watch Free Guy and Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi. I think it's Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi. There you go. Yep. Shang-Chi. I heard it was a bust, but I still want to see it.
Well, I want to see it because I'm a big fan of the character. I heard that it's completely different from the comics, and I'm going to be probably really pissed off after seeing it. But
hey, maybe we'll get a rage at from you.
You don't get that often. I'm not a very angry person. I don't really yell.
Damn it, I missed it.
That's all right. He'll be mad about something again sometime.
Yeah, let's talk about the boomer.
You're married.
Event.
You can't help it, dude. I mean, it's okay.
All right, so Show says we should talk about boomers. So I'm going to go ahead and get us all set up for that.
I read a great comment on Twitter that said something along the lines of it's great that you announce it 24 hours and expect people to visit your event when you only announce it 24 hours ahead of time. Which I mean, it's another one of those things.
He phoned it in, folks. Again.
All right, so this is a Twitter user by the name Tommy Boy, not our Tommy, but just someone else with a similar name. Actually went to the Boomers event.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry to hear that.
Now, where was this Boomer? Where was this at?
Irvine, California.
Okay, so they were close.
Oh, of course.
So we're gonna take a look at some of the footage that he recorded. Hopefully, you guys can see it good.
This isn't going to be like the cartoon, is it?
As you can see, they're playing Astro Smash again.
Yep.
Astro Smash again.
Why does it look like Hans is playing again?
I know. But here's the weird thing. On the bottom of the screen, it's saying choose a ship. So I don't know if this other controller is maybe connected and it's thinking that a second player should be playing. Or they accidentally got busted for running the game without controller working. I don't know. And of course, we got Astro Smash again.
Yeah, I hear they only showed off 6 games.
Here's zoom in on this picture. Picture of Shark being played.
Shark.
For some reason, it was outside. I don't know why. There was more footage of Astro Smash.
Well, you're doing that. I want to go to the comments section here.
Now, Boomers, is this like a bar or?
It's like a Dave and Buster's, I guess.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I know what that means. We have one of those here. Ugh. Fuck Dave and Buster's.
Luckily, the individual who went there actually went to the r/Intellivision _Amico subreddit, and he left a couple comments, so he let us know what the event was about. So we'll go ahead and take a look at what he had to say. For those of you watching, I'm going to go ahead and read it. So the title of the thread is, I went to the Irvine event. Says, so it was meh. Everything worked. I didn't notice any lag. I turned the controller upside down to see what would happen, and the controls didn't not flip with it. I guess it should have said did not flip, unless he really meant that double negative. I don't know. His brain turned to Swiss cheese, so he couldn't write that well.
Mm-hmm.
Says, I brought my girlfriend who doesn't play video games at all and has a difficult time with an Xbox controller. She used the wheel like an old iPod click. It took her a second to figure out to use it like a D-pad. She didn't see the point of a touchscreen and confused her a bit. We both agreed, yes, this is a family-friendly console, but if she had the choice between this and a Nintendo, she would choose the Nintendo. I went to a screen that I believe was the OS screen, and it seemed like an app store, but I could be wrong. No one came up to talk to us, but another family walked in, and Tommy greeted them. He asked them if they heard of the Amico, and the guy said, yes, I'm an investor. Tommy asked the guy's kid if they wanted to play some games and explained everything to them. However, no one came and talked to us. We played 2 games, Astro Smash and a side-scrolling shooter, probably Rigid Force Redux. They were meh, not bad, not good. We played for a few minutes, and we were bored. My girlfriend said, what's the point, and where is the story? If it was like $100 to $150, we might be interested in it.
Yeah,
Now,
I agree.
So this kind of sounds like this is somebody who's familiar with it, because it seems like a lot of the stuff that like the very harsh guys would say, a lot of those bullet points.
And by the way, folks, I don't know the lyrics to God Bless America. I'm sorry.
There was another picture that I didn't show from the Boomers event that apparently there was a table full of toys for the kids. And the guy, Tommy Boy, says that Mr. Tellerico did not offer him a toy. They told him that was for the little kids, and not the adults. Now, this gentleman here on Reddit, he answered some questions. Let's see if we can. I did invite him to be on the live stream, but he said he couldn't. He would be free to answer questions. I asked him how long he was there. He said he was there about 10 minutes. I asked him how the games were chosen to play, were they on the screen? He says the games were already loaded and ready to go. And he didn't really pay attention to the investor.
I mean, the Boomer guy has a girlfriend, so that's why he can't be on.
Let's see. And that's it for right now. He will come back and answer some more questions. I know the guy on Twitter, he said that there was only 7 people there when he went.
Yeah.
There was 2 people from Atari Age that said they were going. One reported back that they had just came back from the event, but that they were going to get ice cream and they'd probably share their thoughts later on, which is kind of weird since everyone was so excited to go and then kind of like meh about reporting back afterward. So I thought that was a little weird.
You having fire alarm troubles, Tony?
No, why?
Oh, just no reason. I was curious.
How you confused me, Kyle. Is there an alarm going off?
Well, okay, just that there's a chirping noise that reminds me of the fire alarms we used to have in our house.
That's me. Yeah, we got a fire alarm, or smoke detector that's on the fritz because the battery's dying. Yeah, that's me.
Oh man, ours got so bad we had to remove them.
Yep, there it goes again.
Luke says there couldn't have been a more appropriate place to have the Amico than Boomers.
Right, I think that puts to rest who this demographic is. I think I've
Frat
said this
boys, bitch.
for a long time. We ain't hitting soccer moms at a place called Boomers, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Next thing you know, they're gonna.
I think it lays this debate to rest that. And especially with last week's interview, well, I wouldn't say interview, but you and Cyrus talking, it's obviously aimed towards guys who are nostalgic for the Intellivision, and I agree with everything that Cyrus said last week. That look, Intellivision, even I know you said you didn't play it, right, Tony? You were never really grew up. You grew up with Coleco. Okay, so basically that's what Intellivision was. It was pop a game in, play, Beauty and the Beast for 5 minutes, and move on. There were games that you could sit down like Utopia. Now, Utopia was kind of like a old SimCity style kind of game, and you could get, 20, 30, 40 minutes out of a game like that. But most games, even like He-Man, Dracula, these were games you popped in for about 5 to 10 minutes. You played, and then you went on to the next game, and that's why a lot of these guys have huge collections of those games because they actually went on sale rather quickly at like places like Big Lots and stuff like that. You could find these games, and people started scooping them up, and by batches. But they were games designed to just spend a couple minutes playing, and there wasn't anything extravagant about it, and that's the thing I think a lot of people nowadays have to really wrap their minds around. There are guys out there, and I'm one of them, that loves Nintendo. I will hook up my Nintendo and play old NES stuff. Now, granted, Nintendo games you can get a lot longer than 5 to 10 minute play sessions, but I still play my Nintendo like that. I'll throw in like Isolated Warrior, and the game's hard. It's hard as nails. I might get 5 to 10 minutes before I get agitated, toss that game aside, and pop in another one. And Intellivision is no different. Although the game, those games are a lot simpler. You can play them and enjoy them without really getting agitated. But that's the way that those games play, and that's where the big problem with Amico stands, is that he's trying to target, I think, little toddlers and kids that are trying to, like, if he goes that route and does the Care Bears and the Sesame Street and they start adding more of that on there, I totally can see kids of that age, they'll get excited and they'll play it for a little bit. And then you're also targeting the older demographic. You got guys that were like Cyrus, like me, who I was never a big Astro Smash player. I played it, but there are games that you do want to see, like the Beauty, like Brett Weiss talks about Beauty and the Beast, and I'd love to see a game like that on there. But these games are not going to hold your attention for more than 5 to 10 minutes at a time.
One ideal place they could start having these events, restaurants.
Hell yeah!
Oh, okay, like a Hooters.
Yeah, no. I mean the topless restaurants.
Oh, okay.
They were having them at Dave and Buster's and Boomers, and it's that. Restaurants of the future.
I've never heard of that.
All right,
but I love it.
It's what I call them, basically.
Mike says it's a bait and switch, and television is a bait. The switch is for children. And he also said
emphasis on switch.
Mike also says that report back and get banned from AA. So yeah, I'm sure that Atari age folks were probably running by what they were going to say to Tommy and DM before they post their reactions. Now, as you can see on the screen here, this is another tweet by Tommy Boy. Someone asked him to turn it on and off and see what would happen, and he said, "I think Tommy would have fought me. It took 3 dudes to get these to work," and he's got a picture of 3 guys trying to get the Amico to work on this TV back here.
Oh boy!
I mean, if they're clearly having these systems run, they're at this point, if they can't show anybody that these things are booting on and hitting a splash screen and then going to the HUD, the whole 9 yards, is still not done. I mean, the UI is probably nowhere near finished. There are a lot of issues going on with this thing. It's, I don't even think it's going to come anywhere close to being at this point now. I don't think they're going to have a soft launch. I really don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I think Canadian Gamer hit the nail on the head, because Tommy's just going to go back to his sister's birth date again, right? He's going to hit the 10-10-2022
That's what I
date.
said. I said that as well. I said he's going to have another year, but he's going to have it on stupid sister's birthday.
Well, I definitely don't think there's going to be a soft launch. Like I said in my video, he hasn't shown off the UI. He hasn't shown off the physical media. And there's no way that he's going to send them out to people and be like, hey, well, you can't record a video. You can't upload nothing.
Yeah,
if
you're right.
they launch this thing, I predict the launch year will be 2025 or beyond.
I mean, let's be honest. If it doesn't come out next year, it is. We already think it's DOA right now. If this thing does not come out next year, they will lose every last pre-order that they have, even though that number is probably, in my opinion, is below 5,000 right now. So they don't manage to bring this thing out next year. Are we who's going to even be talking about it? At this point, it's just going to be kicking a dead horse.
It'll be
Brett
us and Gen X Gamer. Luke Skywalker says, "Here's the thing: they keep saying it's finished. If it's finished, then show us everything." Exactly. I don't understand. Even if they showed off, even if they made a video said, "Here's the UI," you could still show it off on a big YouTuber channel, a big mommy blogger, whatever. They're not going to care that you showed it off on some smaller channel.
I mean, even Tommy could demo it himself. So nothing goes wrong.
Brett Weiss will keep talking about it because he needs to keep selling his books.
It's true. I think right now the Amico has produced more YouTube videos than actual games.
Yeah, and this whole, no press is bad press is gone out the window with the Amico. I think this is why you got so fired up last week, Tony. It's just you're sick and tired, like a lot of us are, of people being disingenuous. You can, like Cyrus said, he can have nostalgia for it. He can like it. And I've said this the entire time. You can like what you want to like. No one's telling you not to buy it. But you're being highly disingenuous when you don't point out things like what we're pointing out right now. And then you go on to say, oh, hey, I can't wait for this game to come out or that game. Well, wait a minute. We can't even get the 50 games that they announced 3 years ago. We got less than 10 games that we see Astro Smash every time it goes to an event. How about you show off something exciting, something new, and something in depth, not just the same old.
Yeah, like Virtual Girlfriend 2K22. And the expansion.
Yeah, like Luke says, he says, if there's nothing to hide, put it out there for the people to see. As Carl has said many times, this behavior is very familiar to a former president we had.
Yeah.
Mike
I
says
mention that guy way too often. So
Mike says it has to be finished to a commercial level. It's nearly 2 years overdue. I don't think like I said, the fundable page. They got to be honest. They can't lie.
Okay, question: how long did it take the Atari VCS to actually, from beginning to end,
launch? I think it was 2 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so 2 years.
And
that's a bad sign.
And to be fair, Pat and Ian were really critical on it. But that was because of the Coleco Chameleon, right? So they were really rough on it.
I mean,
And
honestly, it's hard to tell whether or not Pat or Ian are genuine about. I think they just do it just because they know
well, here's
that
the
it'll
thing.
drive people.
Here's the thing. Now it seems like they definitely have ammo because they were personally attacked.
Oh,
Okay?
that's not what I'm saying though. I'm just saying like they might act like they're being noble, but I mean they're just doing it because they know it'll drive people to their channel. That's all I'm saying. They're playing the game, so to speak.
I mean,
Here's the thing. I think that's disingenuous, Kyle. I don't think if you look at the numbers on their videos, the Amico videos don't do any better or worse than the other videos.
I think they're at a point. I think Pat and Ian and I think the CU podcast is at a point where it's they got their people who watch, their demographics, and everybody else who watch this, and that's it. I think he's topped out. I think they did a lot of content. I think his best days are probably behind him. I think 10 years ago was when they were making their best content and Pat was making his best content. Not to say that his content isn't what I don't think is, I think is interesting. I love those guys. I like their perspective on it. Are they always right? No. They're wrong a lot of times, especially I've said it a million times. I don't agree with them politically. And I wish a lot of people would keep that kind of shit just to themselves because it doesn't really help what we're talking about here, right?
Now, when I mention that president, I'm not being political. I'm just, being.
Well, and it's not that. It's more so like when they try to take jabs at some of their people who they talk to, and they try to bring up mask mandates and all this stuff. Like, hey, everybody's got their own opinion on this thing. Let's just talk games, because I don't think we're gonna have a really healthy discussion getting into arguments about stuff that people are just never gonna agree on.
I'm always going to have my own opinions on the whole mask thing, but I don't think it's really a conversation you can really have. It's like
not on YouTube anyway.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, if people want to, if people don't look, all I want to say about the whole thing is, if people don't want to wear masks or get the vaccine, okay, that's their choice. But if they find themselves kicking off, so to speak, then that's look at the court, look at the circumstances, I guess. But that's all I want to say about it.
Show says I'm a fan of Pat's podcast, but Pat has phoned it in for the most part. He does his podcast and breaks it up for content. Exactly. I mean, it is a podcast, so we don't know how many people are watching it or listening to it on podcast form. He does kind of phone it in.
Definitely.
They don't. I'm not here to bash Pat. This ain't a Pat bashing.
I have my own opinions about the guy. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
And like Show said, he can get subs simply off releasing his Pat the NES Punk and Flea Market Madness. Yeah, people like those videos. I like.
Oh, he's too old to be a punk. I mean, come on.
56K podcast listeners count is what matters nowadays. Yeah, so they might be getting big numbers off their podcast listeners. And the YouTube is just bonus. It's just cream on the top.
He's more like a Pat the NES Raider.
I just think for the most part, I agree with a lot of stuff that he says. And I think he does keep gaming in, he does want the ethics to stay at a standard. I think he's been pretty consistent with his opinions over the years. I know that he's gotten into a lot with like different people and places like the quartering and other things. But
I mean, these are the people, they got to try the Evercade and they like it. So
yeah, there's a lot of bashing on him for them, shilling for that. And I don't see it like there's a
They're not
difference.
shilling for the Evercade, so what they like it. It's not that big of a deal.
And there's a difference between a product that is actually released and that is actually a lot of people have supported it and they like what they're doing over there. You know, it's a decent product for a reasonable price with some reasonable content that you can get physically, actual carts. You know, so there's a lot to be said about that. But then you got the other side and the Amico and, you know, something that hasn't released in 3 years. And it's getting to the point where it's just, we're losing things to say about it.
I mean, like, I will say the one thing that drove me crazy about Blaze, the people who did the Evercade, was that, you know, they would send it to everyone. And, you know, there were some noteworthy flaws that nobody really ever mentioned.
Right, the cart, it resetting or whatever.
The screen, the screen. I'm talking more like the screen. It's a garbage screen that has a very poor brightness range.
Well, yeah, it washes out, doesn't it? And I think that that all falls in the price range too. Because what are you getting for $100? You know, you have to look and see what are you getting for $100.
I know, but what I'm saying, like, is if you're reviewing a product, it's your job to point out every flaw that is ever present. That's all I'm saying. Well,
and you know what? It might not just be that they didn't point it out. I think some people might not be as familiar, and that's the thing with me being into handhelds. Okay, I know different versions that a lot of people don't know, especially when it comes to like things like the 3DS. There's a lot of people out there who don't realize that the 3DS actually have IPS screens and TN screens. Now that's something that the reviewer might not, you know, have something to go by, maybe not compare it to. So I'll give them a little slack on things like that.
Luke says that the screen really isn't that bad. Luke says no, but
but those are apples and oranges, Luke. So I mean, you got a colored backlit screen versus what's going to be a reflective screen. I mean, those are different.
Can I speak on this, Gary?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. As an impartial person, Gary knows that how much I care about the Playdate. Now, you know, it's a reflective, I would say hyper reflective black and white screen. So when you expose it to light, you're going to see everything, right?
Right.
Gary?
Right, yeah.
Now, the Evercade, not so much. I mean, it's a cheap screen. Even when you tap it, it sounds hollow.
Okay. It's got that cheap plasticky feel. See, I never had one in my hands.
Yeah. See, no one's ever done that. I've never seen one person. I did an Evercade review, and I actually tapped the screen to demonstrate. And you know, it did not have, and even the people like, well,
you know, it's probably comparable. Yeah, have you ever had one of the Superboys in your hand?
No, I've heard of them though,
and I think it would probably be comparable to that. Now, the only thing I'm going to say is, I would say give them some time. There could be. You know, they've done very.
I mean, they're coming out of home console, so
and you know what? In the next couple of years, you might get another handheld, and it could be a better quality built system.
I really, I hope they have a deluxe edition that's as durable as the RG351P. Fantastic product, great screen. You know, it is what it is, you know.
It's one of those things where I'll give them a pass because it's their first foray into the handheld market. So,
and they're working on a home console, so, you know, that might actually be better in the end.
Luke says that he always taps it before he reviews it.
Well, I mean, look at the original Game Boy's got that hollowy tap to the screen. I mean, you can you can say that was an awful cheap product, but it wasn't. Those stood the test of time, man. I mean, I think it's
80-year-old thing, though.
I think it's a company trying to dip their toes in and get out a product that is both affordable, but at the same time, and it's hard to juggle that, right? I mean, you're trying to get something out affordable, you're trying to sell something, and I think their price point was fantastic for what it is. Yes, it has its flaws.
I was considering buying another Evercade handheld, but I can't now because I can't really use those anymore. In fact, I actually sold my DS Lite for that reason, because I can't see handheld screens anymore. I use my Nintendo Switch for a home console these days.
You need one of those big magnifying glasses.
Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you.
That's why
I loved about the Game Boy, actually.
That's why I modded my GBA, man. There was like, I picked one of those GBAs up in a lot, and for years I was like, man, I got to get one of these modded. But they, an incredible price of $400. It was like, fuck that. So I went and bought a soldering thing, learned how to do a little bit of soldering, and I threw in the funny playing screen. I threw in the amp, and oh my god, dude, that's like playing something current. I've been playing a lot of GBA lately because of that 2 mods that I put into that system. Very easy, very simple to do. Now it'll cost you around, if you got the soldering station and you got all the things you're going to need, it's probably only going to cost you maybe $100 to get the screen and the amp. But when you throw those into something like a GBA, oh my god, what a world of difference that makes for that console. And I do agree that that's important when you're playing games, especially because we've been so spoiled with things like the Switch and the 3DS and things that are just like absolutely so bright. Our phones are so bright now that going back to the old Game Boys and Pockets and Neo Geos and Wonder Swans, those are so not lit or so dimly lit that it just makes it a kind of a bad experience to play.
Yeah. I actually tried the RG351P and the Retroid Pocket 2. And I'll tell you, I'll tell you right now, I'll take the RG351 devices any day because the software is more stable. The default software.
Have you messed around or seen an Ardu Boy? Those are pretty cool.
I've not heard about them, but I actually kind of gave up doing retro emulation handhelds.
Well, speaking of retro, we have a director's cut of the Intellivision Amico Crayola experience. You gentlemen want?
Oh, gee! I wonder who gave you that link.
Yeah, let's check it out.
We should, check
Put that
out.
bitch on.
We got Pennsylvania Crayola Experience Director's Cut. Look at that. Those graphics.
I don't get it.
Are you going to
and I
get
also don't get the 1970 class.
I thought the Amico was a great system for the kids. The graphics were great. It was very family friendly.
3 decades ago, I would love to have this, but now this is just a footstool.
I like it a lot. I love it.
Love the game. I think it's very safe for kids. Seemed like a really cool game.
There's like problems with just freaking starting this up, and you still want to tell me that a 1080p Xbox One is worse than this game. Get out of here.
You don't need to learn anything. You pick it up and you just play a game and have fun.
No.
That kid is cute.
The stuff is blue, and the whole thing is blue.
I like how it's been. I have better things, so why would I want this?
This is gold. Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ninja Kitty was out for the wee hours of the Canadian morning putting that together.
It was easy to maneuver. It was very easy to maneuver.
Apps, games.
Hey, Canadian gamer, what up?
Everything. But this thing right here has nothing.
Come on, video.
Dang, blue Canadian ping pong.
That shit was so gay. 80s style.
I thought it was going to be complicated. Just rolling it and pressing it. I picked it up immediately.
That is
the peak.
We'll get there eventually.
Change your
of
format.
technology. Now it seems kind of worthless.
Go and buy it as soon as it gets out in the stores. Go buy it.
Would you say this is better or worse than consoles of today?
Worse?
Worse?
Worse. I would tell them to get it. It's a great thing for even adults to play.
No, it can do really nothing.
I'll swallow your soul!
The game broke.
Too much
Jackson's response to this is about as exuberant as I had expected him to be.
Mania. Never trust anyone who uses big words like that.
Oh, I think it's a fabulous product. Once it hits the market, I cannot wait to purchase it for my own family.
I mean,
Aqua Xbox controller, baby. Oh yeah.
Let go of the past here and move on.
Amico! I'm from Shulman City, Missouri. Show me, I'll believe it. Otherwise, I'm Russ. I'll make you humble.
Amico! I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh my god, that's too good. Hold on, is that an older video or is that a recent video?
No, that's a new one.
Dude, that one is commendable. That was the best thing I've watched Amico.
I always make fun of Darius for smoking pot, but I want to know what in the world Ninja Kitty is smoking.
Smoking the good stuff.
That was great. You better be careful. The Tommy's coming for that one.
He might be. I mean, Ninja Kitty has more subs than I do, so Ninja Kitty gets knocked off.
That was quality content right there.
He's going to
Quality
make Ninja Kitty an offer he can't refuse. Video editor for the Amico.
Swallow your soul.
I swallow your soul.
That was like the best. The look on her face.
So there it is, gentlemen. Is there anything left in the Amico tank? Is there? I mean, Gen X Gamer says there's still a lot of.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's running dry, man. We've been running on E for the last year.
I mean, OEB Pete stopped doing Amico videos, I think. So that tells you Brian Weiss will never stop doing Amico videos because he needs to keep selling his book, as I mentioned.
Relic Gamer has siphoned the fumes of the tank. He's running on high while everybody else is running on E.
Oh man, but Relic gets excited over a puppy being neutered. Though
here's the problem: there's not a new video, and a new person that might be new to the Amico that you don't see him pop up in the comments trying to prop this thing up. So I don't know what he sees that I don't see. I don't know if we've established if he's an investor or not. There's something going on there because it's just very awkward. At any time somebody has there's a guy that does a podcast, a streamer, and I still can't remember his name. And he popped in and said that he played it, he liked it, and he pre-ordered one. And that's great, that's fine. But I just don't see it, man. And I've yet to see it. And we were supposed to be close to launch. We knew this was all coming. And after 3 years, I'm still not impressed by anything that I see. Are there things that I think I could play? Yeah, Astro Smash looks like I could play it for half hour or so. There are some other games. Flying Tigers looks probably like the best game on there. The comparison to, or actually you made that connection to the End War 19 or 17, whatever it was. That looks great.
1949.
Yeah, that looked. I'll admit I like the how it looked, the pixel look, but I still think that's probably the nicest looking game on the Amico right now. But we still haven't seen much of it. I think there was that little bit at the Crayola event, but I'd like to see more on that. But they're just running out of things. I mean, if they had hit their mark on 50 games, and we'd have all these games that they promised us, and even more, I think there'd be something to get excited about. But we were right from the beginning. It didn't look all that great. I think they have fixed things like the controller, the lag. It it is kind of concerning that the guy did say he tried to flip the controller, and it looks like they locked that out because they were probably having issues with it at the Boomer event. So that's a telltale sign that things are still being worked on.
Let's take a moment and note something. It was at a place called Boomers, and Boomers were there playing it.
Well, like I said, that's who this has been marketed towards the entire time. You know, guys in their 40s and 50s that grew up with the Intellivision. I just happened to fall in that group because I was lucky when I was a kid and we had an Intellivision. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even be talking about this either.
The only thing this is missing is a Bubblegum Crisis reference.
Change your format says play my Boomer video real quick, 60 seconds. I don't know what your video is. You're going to have to give me a link or... I'm looking for it. Oh, okay. I think I got it. Here it is.
This better not be a cartoon.
Carl will be very angry.
No cartoons. I'm dead serious.
Cartoons are banned from the stream.
No, cartoons are definitely shadow banned. No cartoons.
It's not a cartoon. It's not
a. Thank goodness.
That really got you a couple weeks ago, didn't it, Carl?
I hate that cartoon.
I didn't think it was all that bad.
It was, I'm not kidding. I literally got up to get some ice cream. That's how bored I was.
It's plain and simple.
Sean, talk about the Intellivision Amico.
Boomer generation, let's call them. Boomers. Okay, Boomer.
We have a problem.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool, and I'm only listening to it.
Middle-aged
good
men
video.
arguing over
Good
this.
job.
And they need to change their format entirely, like completely flip it on its head.
I take it this is the Boomer commercial music.
I like that. That's pretty phenomenal. Good job. Phenomenal job. Excellent.
It's like a little amusement park and everything.
Good job. That is a really nice. And I was only listening to it, so that you got my interest. You held my interest. And I had the worst.
In them.
That was pretty good.
And I had the worst attention span in this group, so that tells you how good of a job you did making it. Good job.
This is true.
So this was more than a little bit of like a Dave and Bust. That seemed like they had like amusement rides and.
It's a Dave and Ball Busters.
Yeah, I guess it has a little bit more than just games and stuff. Rides.
Well,
maybe like a mini coaster or something.
Well,
Rides
that's what Tommy can blame that everybody else was riding the teacups while there was nobody playing the Amico.
Rides and stripper poles and video games.
56K warning has a good point. Why aren't these events being announced on the official Amico YouTube channel that they lose their password?
I mean, it's obvious they don't want nobody going, right? They want.
I mean,
random...
like, I actually did research on this, and this is what I found. Not every tourist attraction does this. I don't know why, but not all of them do. This is, it's some people do, some people don't.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I think they just rented the space out there. I don't think this is like a Boomers is holding an event. I think it's Intellivision is holding an event at Boomers.
Right. I think they got lucky, paid a little bit of money, slipped into it, and that's that.
He slipped on his little hat and got to work.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's much. I know, like I was saying, Gen X Gamer says there's a lot to talk about, but we pretty much covered everything.
There's not much you can. There's not much you can talk about. I mean, we are running out of you know,
Yeah, we're running out of things to talk about. The troops on the south side are falling day by day. There's not.
That's
much
one of the
to
reasons. I mean, yeah, that's one of the reasons I've started working on preparing content for Gabbing with Geeks myself. I mean, you know, because we can't just rely on the Amico having all kinds of stuff. And I know Tony's busy sometimes, like this last week when, you know, he had all his work problems.
Well, I actually think the stream works better when we're talking about like we did a few weeks ago, Spider-Man and all the current stuff going on, and then which actually leads me to my next thing. If Tony was looking for someone to do indies with, and I told Tony that I'd be interested in doing that. That's right up my alley.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we all have something to contribute. So,
like I said, I was looking for someone to check out indie game trailers and stuff with. And Gary says he's up for that, so we're gonna try to start doing that on Mondays, on live stream. Hopefully,
there you go, folks.
Too long.
And we got a few in the tank already, and some good stuff. I'm always checking out new stuff. And granted, I don't play too much Steam or you know, I'm really one-sided. Got an Xbox and Switch stuff, but I'm always, you know, looking up new games and new stuff that's.
Do you have an Xbox? Do you have a new the Xbox One or Series, or are you just using the
well?
Talking about like the older stuff.
Currently, the oldest has got an Xbox One S. So it's older stuff. Mine is actually I loaned it to a friend, and he loaned me a little bit of cash. It was in a deep spot, you know, a couple years back. I haven't gotten it back. But most of the stuff that I play and check the indies on is Switch stuff. But like I said, I'm always looking at it more so than playing it. I'm always seeing what the new stuff is and trying to stay current on that on that front to see what's going to come out. Maybe physically for the Switch. And there was something I came across and told Tony about a week ago that looked pretty damn good. So.
I reached my 10 games, folks.
Oh,
10
already?
Switch games. Yeah, 10 Switch games. 10.
I was going to ask Carl, have you ever played? I got a call coming in. Hold on 1 second.
All right, well, Gary's taking his call. We're gonna note that Tito Ortiz got knocked out in 4 seconds by Anderson Silva. In case anyone was wondering. So, if you were watching the fight,
glass jaw much.
But I lost my train of thought there. What was I saying?
You were going to suggest a game.
Oh, I was going to ask Carl. Have you played Starlink? I know it's kind of an older game.
Oh, I don't like Starlink.
No,
it's got a lot of hardware components, and I don't.
That's what I was going to bring up. I actually have when Starlink came out, I wasn't really too interested. It wasn't until the toys started showing up at Dollar Tree, we went and bought probably about like $60 worth, and I've been selling them. So
I did hear that Starlink is the best Star Fox game the Nintendo Switch has.
Well, there you go. It's the only kind of Star Foxy game that they have, right?
They're actually talking of bringing over one of the Star Fox games over to the Switch. I don't know.
Well, my
like
point
one
was
of the newer ones.
My point was, Carl, is if you can get your hands on a Starlink for the Switch, I do have 4 starships that you can.
I mean, honestly speaking, no, it's I would just get the game because
it's really fun game. I enjoyed it.
You can play that game without the hardware, as far as I've heard. At least.
Well, yeah. Well, all I'm saying is, I bought them for $1 a piece, man. I've been selling them left and right. All I'm saying is, I just got a shit ton of them. If you were ever interested in picking up Starlink, you got. Hey,
I tell you what, if I pick up Starlink, and I've thought about it before, I'll send money your way.
Well, yeah. Hey, all you do is pay the shipping, and you can have the four starships. But yeah, like I said, I've been trying to get rid of these things, and I have so many of them. But it's an incredible game. I thought it was really fun. I put it, at least like 20 hours into it.
And it was ordinarily don't play star shooters myself, but I thought about it before.
I thought it was for the on the Switch. It looked pretty good. Now I have the Starlink for the Xbox One. I haven't played it yet. I found that at like a Five Below, so I picked that.
I did the Disney
$5, but
I did the Disney Infinity thing, and honestly, it just kind of burned me out of the whole thing.
Oh, I haven't played that in a while, and that's only because I don't have my Xbox. See, that game wasn't marketed right. They marketed that towards kids, and that was anything but a kids game, in my opinion. Because there was no way that kids were making the in-depth. You can make whatever you want as long as you knew how to.
I mean, it just bugged me, like. It had so much potential, but it was so underutilized. Maybe I'll pick it up one day. Starlink, maybe.
I actually did a.
Though I do appreciate the suggestion. So.
Yeah, I actually did a Star Wars Battlefront mode in Disney Infinity. That's how in depth that game was. So.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent game.
There's a lot of logic that goes into that. But if you know how to use the logic that they gave you, sky is the limit on that game. So, but definitely, yeah, the offer stands. You ever find yourself picking up Starlink for even Xbox, even if you go to Five Below and you go to Xbox, or you can even, I think they even had the versions for PlayStation. You pick that up. Yeah, I got four.
How many toys? How many of the ships do you got?
We had actually bought I bought $60 worth, so I bought 60 of them, and I've been selling them in lots.
60 of them?
Yeah, because they were like I said, they were at Dollar Tree for $1 a piece, and they were going for about $15, $20, $25, $30. So
shit, maybe I'll consider buying it.
Yeah, so if you can either manage to get one of the 3 versions, 4 ships with your name on it.
It would be next month.
Oh, whenever
be
they
next
go nowhere.
month whenever I did it, but I'll have to think about that. I will have to think about that because I've actually been curious about it.
I would suggest the Switch version though, because I am kind of partial that you get the Fox.
It's more fitting that you get the Switch version, and I would want to get the Star Fox ship.
Right. I think they only run around $20-$25 still on like eBay or whatever. If you can even look locally, look at like Facebook Marketplace or wherever, you might have someone locally trying to sell it for really cheap. So
maybe I'll have a look on eBay, see what the prices are, and Amazon.
Now the only downside to that is I think there's a steep download when you first. Like you can't.
I have a 500, dude. I have like a 500 gigabyte card.
Oh well, then you're good because that's the only bummer is that I don't think you can play it straight out of the box for Switch. Dude, you have to download.
When I got
sizable patch.
I had the V2 Switch, and I knew when I was going to get that, I was going to get the best possible card. I almost got the 1 terabyte, but Geeks with Cash talked me into getting the 500 because he told me that the 1 terabyte had a higher corruption rate.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I need a better memory card. I've maxed out my memory. Get the 500.
You're at least going to be safe.
I don't have any memory card with my Switch. I just
the thing I actually like about the Switch is if you're just playing indie games. You're fine.
You're fine. See, then that's where I screwed up. I had a hankering to go and play BioShock.
Oh my gosh!
And I totally maxed it out with buying Borderlands 2 and the BioShock collection. So that's where my memory went. Otherwise, I was good.
I'll tell you right now, Gary. If you're going to buy it, wait till Black Thursday. Or Cyber Monday, because they're going to have Amazon is going to have sales on their cards and Walmart, Best Buy, what have you, and they're going to be for an insanely good price.
Right? Yeah, they have.
That's what I would suggest. But you're going to need to get it, especially if you're going to get games like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Man.
You gotta love that. Rhea says she wants Rune Factory 4 special for Switch, but she's tabled it since it's been sitting at $40 since it came out. So,
I mean, Rhea, games like that don't go on sale that often.
Oh yeah. That's an Atlas game, right? Or is that Atlas, Marvelous, XT? I can't remember, but
I think it's Marvelous.
I would say go and check the Rune Factories that were made for like 3DS. See what those prices are sitting at, because that might be as good as you're going to get it at that price, and they're only probably going to go up here in the future.
I'll say this much. If you want my opinion on which to get, if you have a 3DS, you're going to get that double screen. You're going to get that double screen action for Rune Factory 4, and I've considered buying that game, by the way.
Hopefully you got a 3DS. Have you looked at the prices of 3DSs lately? Oh my goodness. They're astronomical. They could cost you just as much as a brand new Switch will. Especially if you're looking for a dual IPS.
Actually, I did see the prices for Rune Factory 4, and they were not that bad at the moment. So,
well, I'm saying the console. If you already have a 3DS, you're good to go. But if you're looking to pick up specifically to get those,
the special edition is not that bad for price. I don't think it is. I'll have to look when we're done.
When did it come out?
Oh, that would have been recently, right?
Long time ago.
For
Switch? Yeah.
It was like within the last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I don't follow
somewhere
that.
about there.
I don't follow that series
The last
too much.
year or two.
But those are definitely those have always in the past been
last
games
February.
that usually go up. Yeah, those games usually go up.
Yeah, but Gary, if you're looking for games to buy for your Switch, go with the Sonic double packs. There's Sonic Mania and Sonic Racing double pack, and the Sonic Forces and Monkey Ball.
Actually, Carl, if you're looking for games, I think you blew your load too quick, because there's a game possibly coming out next month. I don't know if you've heard of it. Hunt Down. Have you guys heard of Hunt Down?
No,
I actually have my sights set on Metroid Dread.
Can you play that trailer right now? It's absolutely.
Just tell me what kind of game. You're about to tell me what kind of game it is.
Trailer. But first, before we get to the trailer, while I'm looking for the trailer, answer Mike's question. I don't want to avoid Mike's question. He wants to know if Amico has been a net positive or negative in your lives. So,
it's been a positive, to be honest. There's guys that I've met. There's a lot of guys that I don't agree with. But
it's actually been a positive experience. I mean, you get lots of funny videos, courtesy of Ninja Kitty, Cameron. And,
I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for the Amico.
Your friends like you two and Retro Bro and Cyrus, and shut the fuck up. Anyone who's going to go attacking them.
I think it's been positive.
Yeah, it's been very positive.
Because at the end of the day, the Amico is going to be what the Amico has always been destined to be. I can't change that. The only person who can change that, and the only people who can change that, is Tommy and Intellivision. And they've done themselves a disservice.
If you want my opinion, I think what Tommy Tallarica really needs to do is spin it off as saying, the Amico forges friendships, brings humor, which is not a lie. I think that would actually be an all right video.
When did this Hunt Down come out? Because I see a trailer from 2021.
Yes. So Hunt. Let me give you the breakdown. Hunt Down has been out for, I think, over a year now. It was on Steam, and then it's trickled its way. So I think it was announced for E3 to be physical this year. Limited Run had a very limited amount of these, and I missed the first initial batch. They actually, I think a month ago, announced that they were going to have a second batch and it's I think offered on PS4 and Switch. The
What
Switch
kind of game is it?
Have you ever played Blackthorn? Ever heard of
pass.
Oh,
Hard pass.
This you got to show them this one. This is a feast for the eyes. This is 80s all the way. If you're a big 80s action movie fan, kind of like, well, you'll see. Roll the beautiful bean footage.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and play it. I'll get out of the chat window here.
Oh, coffee stain. An easy trigger makes this.
Enter a future where crime rules the streets. When the citizens are in trouble, they call the authorities. When the authorities are in trouble, they call the bounty hunters. Showtime! Anaconda. She
sounds like
knows
Detroit.
The meaning of life. That's why she can take it away so easily.
I want this as a movie.
Blow your head off! Her jacket size says 38. Special. And her favorite smell is fear. John Sawyer, cyborg. He's been a man since he was a boy. Enjoy your flight. Everything he owns is made out of metal. Oh, reliable. His blood type spells
AK-47.
Winston Churchill.
Yeah. Horror has a name. It's Mo-Man. But those who stand in the killer machine's path know him by the name Grim Reaper. Why don't they just sterilize the population? He knows everything.
Okay, all right. You're right.
When Mo-Man
all right, that looks good.
At your grave.
Yeah, this looks badass.
You may hunt down those who have it coming.
Get up, do your job!
Too bad, they all have it coming. Hoodlum dolls.
We got a little bit of the Warriors here.
The misconducts. The heat seekers. The #1 suspects. Hunt them down and make a
all this looking is bumping my legs.
Unhealthy.
This game looks absolutely phenomenal and gorgeous.
Have you ever played Hawaii Shakedown?
Yes, I do. I have the
Oh
special
my
edition with
gosh.
the little figure. Do
I
not
want to
doubt
get that one day, the physical edition. But I played the game. Love it.
Just do not doubt my love for video game. Especially old modern retro gaming and new indies. Oh my god,
it does look really good.
My number one.
56A warning says the levels are not too long, so it's great pick up and play. It looked badass. I want that movie. Make a movie.
Yeah, we probably should have saved that for the Monday, but that's a fantastic. It's been out for such a long time, but they're just now getting around to getting it physical. So
I don't mind. Having to wait. Now I'm the kind of person who would buy it from eBay. So.
Well, you could. I mean, if you want it physical, they should have. They're dropping the standard edition in October. They had a special edition on limited run that came with a figure and like set tape and a bunch of goodies. I just need the special
edition. I just need the standard.
If the standard's coming out, you should be able to order that October. I actually put off getting the special edition, which I think was around $100.
I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to get the standard edition then.
You can get it though if you wanted to play that tonight. It's already, like I said, it's been available.
Oh no, that's okay
for a while, so you can get that on Steam and.
That's okay. But I don't mind waiting.
It looks fantastic. It's got 80s like action movies all rolled in there. You got a little bit of the Warriors. You got games like Blackthorn, which was made by.
The woman says kill.
It looked fantastic.
It looked badass. It did look good.
It looks badass. She'll eat your soul.
Like I said, I got immaculate taste in video games. I can never steer you wrong.
Yeah. All right. It does look pretty phenomenal.
It looks good.
The thing I like about collecting for the Switch is the cases are so damn small.
well, it's nice to put those. They're easy to put away. Yeah, and they're nice and small. They're better than Vita cases in my opinion. They're long. I like that they're like taller, longer, but they're so low profile that you can stack games and games and games and games and games, and they don't get in the way like a Genesis box is pretty thick. Even like the Evercade boxes, I think those are pretty chunky. But yeah, you're right. Switch is nice to collect for. I think Switch is going to be the last of the last when it comes to like collecting. I think after they might get away with doing digital after the Switch. I really think that. I think we're going to be in a world of trouble here in a couple of years.
Yeah.
That is if you're a physical collector.
I don't collect shit. Bad Signal says Turok is coming for the PlayStation 4 by limited run.
Well, I actually was in my local disc replay, and the Switch versions have, I guess, skyrocketed because for what they wanted for the original N64 releases that limited run did, they're up there in price now. So limited run, you can't go wrong as long as you had an eye for games and you know what you're grabbing. Even if you go to open the games, which is what I do with most of my games because I want to play them.
Hey, baby, you know what I've got? I've got a Nintendo Switch collection.
Hey, ladies love Nintendo Switch. 1-2 Switch puts them right in the mood.
Really? I hear that's a cheap tech demo garbage.
That was a joke, Carl. It was a joke. 100%. Bad Signal wants to know how many consoles do you expect Amico will sell worldwide? And how many consoles would Amico have to sell worldwide for you to consider it to be a success? How many do you think it's going to sell, and what would you consider a success?
I don't think it'll be successful.
I'm with Carl. I don't think it'll be successful. To be successful, Tommy doesn't have to hit that insane number that they had thought of. What was it, like 100, 200,000 is what they thought they were going to sell like early, and then they were going to get up to 1 million. They ain't going to come nowhere. They ain't coming nowhere near those numbers. If they sold 20,000, it would be a success in my eye. Like, because I realize the market's so small that 20,000, 30,000 is reasonable. If that's what the Playdate does, I think that's going to be successful. I just don't. What I think they're hitting, I think they're at around 5,000. I think
the Playdate will be successful. I mean, it's just. It's gaining in popularity, and I mean, it's so it's so simple and foolproof.
Right. Yeah. I at least that's where I see the Amico sitting at around about 5,000 sales. That's it.
I'm gonna say
that's if it comes out like soon. Like if they keep pushing this thing back, they're in trouble.
I want to say my number is going. I want to be a little more ambitious with my number. I want to say around 30,000.
Lifetime?
Yeah.
I think at launch, I think it may have 30,000, maybe, but that's still not impressive.
Well,
that format says I have people on video saying 200 million and 25 billion. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think they realize how many people game and how niche this system is.
Ninja Kitty,
maybe.
Ninja Kitty says under 10,000.
I agree.
He just joined us. He just showed up.
Maybe.
We watched his video. So
dude, what are you smoking?
It's the good stuff because clearly he was on point with that video.
Maybe Darius is borrowing his stash.
I want to be generous. I'm thinking that they're going to sell about 30,000 at launch. But I do think over the lifetime, I think they're going to have to produce like 100,000. They're going to have to produce them. So I think over the lifetime of the console, they might sell 100,000 just because they deep discount it and they just, shove it out the door basically.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
that's a tall order.
What they could do, they could convince parents to buy this for kids who have been bad all year, instead of the Switch.
Ninja Kitty says he doesn't smoke anything. He's never done drugs. True fact.
Bullshit! I saw that video. You had to have been smoking something. I mean, it's okay. You know, it's...
The special Amico Ninja Kitty edition will sell another 500 units. Yeah.
I would pay for that.
I think, I'm going to have to partner up with Carl and Gary, and we're going to come out with our own console. We're going to call it the...
You know what we're going to do? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to hire Anbernick to handle the hardware, and we're going to develop the software in-house.
I stick to the marketing.
I think we call it the unicorn. Okay? It's going to be the unicorn console because everyone thinks it's a myth that you can make a fourth console to the market. So the unicorn myths are real.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It'll be white with some purple trim.
Oh, so it's going to be the fruitiest console in the world. When you start it up, it'll play "It's Raining Men."
I love that song, Carl. Okay, I love that song. "It's Raining Men" is great. Okay, did you know that one of them actually was on the CNC Music Factory video?
No, I didn't. But I'm thinking we could get sponsorship from Cher and Macho Man.
YMCA, they get sponsors.
Or maybe RuPaul.
I don't know why Carl's saying these things. Are you trying to make a gay joke, Carl?
I'll never tell. I'll never tell.
But no, really, you should. If you haven't heard "It's Raining Men," it's a great song. Highly recommend it. Listen to that, then listen to "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor." They kind of go right into each other.
Hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor. Damn, that is a good song.
I'm on board with the unicorn as long as we have some good indie developers. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, we're gonna use my idea. We're gonna go out and find some failed Kickstarters that have.
That's not a bad idea.
And get them on board.
And you know what? Like the Intellivision Zero, it's going to be perfectly future-proof.
We're going to go physical media.
It'll instantly be able to play every kind of game known to man.
No, it's going to be physical media. We're only going to play games built for the system. What we're going to do is, unlike the Amico, we're going to allow ports. But if you port your game to the Unicorn, that means you have to sign an exclusive 1-year deal for the sequel. So we'll get the sequel to all the games for 1 year exclusive.
Maybe we can get a deal with going with the Pentagon.
No. The Coleco people are right here. They're right up the street from me. I'm going to go have a chat with them. I'm going to slap the Coleco name on it. It's going to be the Coleco Unicorn.
Or you could go 20s roaring 20 Chicago on their asses.
I could always do that.
But you're Mexican. Surely you've got to know a few people.
I know a few people. I do. Bad Signal wants to know if the Zero releases, are you buying one, Carl?
That thing won't release because it's how should I put this politely? Okay, the Amico has a better chance in hell of releasing than the Zero.
I think they're both mythical unicorns.
Rhea says, can we dish about the Retro Sigma? That was a blast from the past. We did a whole segment on it before, but quickly recap.
Well, I think.
Go ahead, Carl.
I was going to say, I think you said it best about the Amico. It died. They aborted the shit out of it.
Is that what I said? I don't even remember.
You did a whole Amico funeral video.
I think you did say that.
I say a lot of things.
Yeah, you totally said it.
Everything I say.
Damn it, Carl.
Change your format says you didn't watch the live stream you did. I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch any videos that I make. I make a video and I put it on the internet, and then I never think about it again.
Yeah, I have a hard time listening to myself ramble on too, so I don't rewatch.
Oh man,
It was easier watching last week's.
And guys, I sound like I came from the reject version of Everybody Loves Raymond. So
I don't know how you people could stand listening to us ramble on like this. I'm amazed.
We can't be that entertaining.
Speaking of people watching us, I did get up to 250 subs today. So
yeah, congratulations! Hooray!
Somehow I'm still behind Ninja Kitty. I don't know how Ninja Kitty has more subs than me.
He's funnier than us. That's why.
Because he puts videos like he just did out. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, so what you're saying is he's putting effort. Ninja Kitty's cheating by using effort. I got it.
Wait till we get the intro for the show. That might be the game changer.
I mean, his videos are funnier.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we ramble a lot, and we're all over the place. I think
that's all right. I like that though.
Yeah, I like it too. I don't think a lot of people do. I don't think they appreciate the
fuck them.
Crazy nature of our videos here.
We're the lethal weapon of YouTubers, of video YouTube broadcasts.
As you can see, we got the Retro Engine Sigma on the screen here. This was a Indiegogo campaign. It was made by the Yoda team. They had 7,227 backers. They made $631,000 total when the campaign closed. Now, the last update on this was August 18th, 2017. They were supposedly shipping the consoles out. It was supposed to play everything: Game Boy Color, Game Boy, Atari, Vectrex, Super Nintendo.
I was thinking about something. Every new console you've ever invested in fails.
I didn't invest in this one.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, never mind.
No.
I'm wrong. Sorry about that. My bad.
No, I'm just looking. We're just going over it because Rhea brought it up.
I thought you mentioned you. Whatever. It's fine. Sorry about that.
As you can see, 5 months ago was the last comment left on the campaign from Simon Huber. He says he never got his, never even seen an email update. So
you should send those nice people, a flaming bag of dog turds.
A lot of people in the comments were saying that it's a scam. They didn't get it, or they got it and it was broken, or missing a controller, missing various things.
It's like a broken condom.
I think we need a segment of all the broken hearts and fraudulent activities with a nice sorrow song to go with it. Rest in peace.
We do
well,
not know.
I am thinking about a song in my head, putting together a song in my head as we speak. So,
as you can see, the only reason that I know about the Toyota team and the whole Retro Engine Sigma is because I was looking into some of the Amico stuff. And as you can see, some of the people here, Scott is one of the original. Let me highlight that. It's one of the original directors of a TV video game show, The Electric Playground.
That's right. That's what I remember. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, so Scott Barrett, the guy who's working on Amico Bomb Squad, was part of this Toyota team that launched a console that failed to delivered broken. It was supposed to have a custom operating system, but what they did was they used a Retro Pi, and they did something where it bypassed the splash screen, so you didn't know what they were using. It was supposed to have a custom chipset, but it turns out they used a Orange Pi Lite chipset. It was just very shady all over. Two of the team members from the Toyota team actually worked on the PC port of Earthworm Jim. So just had a lot of weird
drawing comparisons
and some,
I mean,
connections, loose connections to Tommy Tallarico. But they were
so, I mean, I started playing Knights of the Old Republic too. Again, I mean,
Rhea says, I think they did Kickstarter and Indiegogo. I didn't see a Kickstarter when I looked it up, but they might have. Ninja Kitty says, Panda Man has more subs than us. Yeah, but I mean, when you got people pushing you all over Facebook and stuff, it happens.
I mean, we're more hated than they are, so.
Plus, we're organic. We don't have any corporate backing. We just...
No way. By the way, folks, this video is sponsored by the Trojan Broken Condoms. Get a surprise with every date.
Hell yeah. Mike Garcia says, Panda sub is all flash, no substance. All style, no substance. Bad Signal says that last Panda sub video blew. He took a month to make that crap.
Took a month? Loser. See, that's a call as I see it. I don't take months to make my videos. Fuck him.
Personally, I mean, I've been on the internet. I always try to keep what's current, what's going on in the culture. And that whole format of annotations, click here, go to another video, like making trivia out of it or making like a story, like a choose your own adventure thing. That was like 10 years ago.
Yep.
I mean, I had mentioned that on his video and he got all upset and called me negative. And he blocked me on his video and he blocked me on Twitter because I heard his fifis. So.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that, Anthony.
Don't call me that. Why would you call me that?
No, Anthony was talking about the fight.
Oh, that
Anthony was talking about the fight, so sorry.
We found Tony's weakness. Don't call him Anthony.
I was going to call you Anthony.
I thought I was in
Put a
trouble.
little Italian spin on it.
The only time they use my full name is I'm in trouble. I was like, fuck, what'd I do, Carl?
What are you doing being Mexican and having an Italian name, dude?
I was named after my late great-grandfather.
Oh, okay. All right. Just curious, honestly.
Yeah. It is what it is. And don't be a gaming racist. Yeah, so like I said, Panda Sub is he's making all the same mistakes that a lot of the Amico fans, a lot of just rookie YouTubers make. I mean, way too sensitive. Look, people are not going to like it.
We should get sponsorship with the other PETA, people eating and torturing animals.
Yeah. But I was going to make a whole video on it, and then I was like, nah, because then people are going to cry. But let me just say it here, okay? If you make public content
again,
the public
what am I?
will
criticize you. I got to ask, what am I apologizing for?
Nothing yet, Carl. Carl needs to apologize.
Oh, no. I mean,
I think he's razzing you.
Yeah. I think he's making fun because of last week with Cyrus.
Well, to put it to you this way, folks. I already shadow banned one guy. I have no problem doing it again.
No, but what Tony's trying to say is, hey, you're going to be in the public.
No, I'm talking about the jokes.
Well, I'm just saying in general. Tony's just saying though, in general though, if anybody is going to put themselves out there, then they're going to have to be with being subjected to either. There's a lot of good that comes along with what you're doing, but obviously you're going to have to deal with that, and it's something that you guys touched on with Cyrus last week, and it's one of those things that, hey, that's just the world we live in, the day and age, and it is what it is. You're going to have a thick skin to do this kind of stuff. And
oh no, that's fine. I get that, but people, you know, I just don't deal with a lot of people who act like they're trying to work in my best interest and are just snakes. That's my point.
Yeah. Ninja Kitty says, sounds like Tony is jelly of Panda Man. No. He has very flashy content, but it's all style, no substance.
Cyrus wasn't crazy, but you know, y'all just, you know, let's just drop the subject, okay?
We're talking about Panda. We're not talking about Cyrus.
Yeah. F1JV was, or so
F1,
one of them were.
He says, so true, Tony. Panda comes into this 3 years late and expects to be only loved. It's not even that he wants to be only loved. It's like at any time, any of his videos can be criticized. It doesn't matter. Amico video, not Amico video. I mean, I've criticized other people. I've left comments on people's videos that you know, I don't enjoy it. And I see it a lot with these older YouTubers. You know, not that they've been around a long time, but that they're actually older, like, you know, 30 and up. They make videos and they get all sensitive about downvotes, and they get all sensitive about negative comments, and they get really agitated.
I don't care about negative comments on mine, but you know, yeah, I mean, you know, you are allowed to do what you want with your channel, but you know, don't let it, you know, drive you.
Yeah, but beyond that, what I'm saying is, like, if you get, I've heard people complain like, oh, it's just the haters that are leaving me downvotes. No, sometimes people just don't like your content. I mean, it happens. Someone might be recommended a video and they just don't like it. I've seen Mad Max. He's always like, oh my God, I got the first downvote. That must have been you. And it's like, does it really matter? Maybe I just don't like.
I mean, the guy wears a mask, so.
What I'm saying is, sometimes you get downvotes. Sometimes people don't agree with you. Whether it's they don't like your content, they don't like your face, they don't like the sound of your voice, they don't like your editing, whatever it is.
You could be a serial killer.
Yeah, you need to not be sensitive. If you don't like people downvoting your video, then you need to get rid of that option. If you can't handle people leaving comments,
YouTube might just not be the place for you. So
exactly.
So Bad Signal is asking about my opinion on future proofing. No, I don't. Considering the way computer hardware works.
And it basically, at the end of the day, just be comfortable with yourself. And if you're happy with what you're doing and you're comfortable with what you're doing, that's all that matters. Nobody's like, whether you have 1 million subscribers or 2, you know, I only got 60, and it's hell. If I would have been, I had 18,000 views when I first started YouTube, like back. What was it? My oldest video is now like 14 years old. That was Pokemon stuff. Now, granted, Pokemon was a pretty big series, but I also did, I don't know if you guys heard of Jump Ultimate Stars, the game that came out for the DS. That was like, I did a combo video, and I have, you know, there was like, I think it was like 8,000 views on that. Now, I'd have been a little bit more YouTube savvy back then. I probably could have had a big channel today. But I didn't, because it wasn't something that I wanted to pursue. I mean, I kind of did. Everybody kind of wanted to be, you know, on YouTube and doing their stuff. But at the end of the day, I got 60 subscribers now. And it's like, I don't even really mind that, you know, that I have a low subscriber count, even though I don't really put out videos all that often. I've been putting up more stuff out because we've been doing, you know, I've been on the streams and been kind of interested in Amico stuff and trying to actually get back into like stop motion animation, and maybe I'll throw some videos like that out there. Like I said, I got something on the way for you, Tony. So, I mean, we'll see where it goes. But at the end of the day, just be happy with yourself and what you do and the content wise. Disregard what other people say and just enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, see, Mr. Beefy says, if I like it, I upvote. If I don't, I downvote. I downvote Tony all the time. Yeah, people downvote me all the time. I don't care.
I don't care if people downvote me, and I've had to make a video.
I actually stopped downvoting people because I thought that downvoting even helps you out. So if I don't
It
like your
does.
video, I don't downvote it.
It does help you out. That's the thing about it. I simply just don't. I rarely ever downvote people that I don't like. So for that reason, I figure the best punishment is to leave them ignored.
Yeah, Tommy Amico says, "What's up, Juggalo homies?" I don't know if he's being funny, but I do like the ICP. I do like their early music. Sidekick Max has just recently got into the ICP. So, what's up?
Isn't that a drug? PCP?
No, that's PCP. I said ICP, Insane Clown Posse. Ninja Kitty says, Gary and I will start Playdate Chilling video podcasts. Easily get 1 million views.
Oh, yeah, probably. Is Tommy
Oh, yeah,
Zero...
we'll start chilling.
Is Tommy Zero going to be on the show? Not if I can help it.
Carl says, no Tommy Zero.
No
I don't
Tommy
think Tommy
Zero.
Zero likes us very much.
A fake charlatan hoax.
Beefy says, I keep watching these Geek Getaway videos and that darn Tony is always on. I know. I was not supposed to be the main focus of the channel. Originally, when I started the channel, the idea was I was going to have a variety of people. My writers were going to do some stuff. If you look at the early videos, I do have some videos from Steve and Dan. They're doing a tabletop podcast where they talk about different tabletop games. That quickly went away as funds drained. We entered a pandemic. I couldn't afford to keep all my staff on, so I had to cut some of the staff, some of the guys that weren't producing too much. They did want to do it for free, but I'm not comfortable having people produce content for free. So now you're stuck with me.
I don't think Carl deserves to ask Tommy Zero questions. Fuck you!
Tommy Uyamiko says, how do you feel about the ICP twisted beefing? That's just a weird situation all the way around. I'm not even going to... Beefy doesn't like ICP. I don't know why. They got some great music. Bowling Balls, another love song. Chicken Hunting, obviously.
If you guys have a problem with my opinion of Tommy Zero and the fake and television, you know where to stick it.
Tommy Uyamiko says I need to take Max to the Gathering of the Juggalos. Yeah, I don't think Max is quite old enough to go there.
I've heard of ICP and their love of Fago.
Mr. Beefy says I'm vanilla, I guess. We lost Gary somewhere. Apparently, I looked away and Gary...
He's probably just doing married people things, so he'll be around, I guess.
Haters aren't married.
Maybe.
Well, I wanted to take a look at some of these trailers for the new Marvel games.
Cool. I can't imagine myself buying more than one or two of them, to be honest.
Let's get this set up.
Which one are you going to play first?
We're going to go with the Wolverine. It's a teaser.
Okay.
It is a PS5 announcement. Holy shit. No, what the fuck?
Wow, yeah, he did drop off. Whoa.
Too much ICP
Man,
talk
no
here.
kidding.
Let's try this again.
Too much ICP and not enough Fago. Okay, so Carl. So you will not be pre-ordering the Intellivision Zero won't exist. It's a joke.
And Gary's back. We found him.
Hey Gary, were you doing married people things? You know you're not allowed.
Yeah, I had to carry the little one up to bed.
I know it. It's okay. Told you.
It says Ninja Kitty says ICP was popular in the late 90s. The only good part was them tagging with Golga. They tagged up in WCW 2 with Vampiro and the Demon and Muda, the Great Muda. Right. We're gonna look at the Wolverine trailer here, Gary.
Secretly has the 20.8 modem.
Love you too.
Unfortunately, lots of jokes I could make about it, but the Zero, but I'm pretty sure they would all get me arrested by Homeland Security, so you're just going to have to use your imaginations, folks.
Okay, so like I said, I just got the snippets of it from Engadget. She reported on all the stuff that they showed, and I caught just a few seconds of it. It looked really good. I think that's. Am I the one having problems here dropping in and out?
I don't know.
Maybe Tony, because he's trying to play this video. It looked like a teaser trailer. Looked pretty good.
And bad signal is trying to troll me. But you know what? I love the attention. Bring it on. You better give me your best.
Oh.
Let's see. He probably did drop off.
Oh no.
I should stop talking crap about Tommy Zero, but I won't. He's a troll. The whole thing is a hoax. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about Tommy Zero. I think if he's serious, he's got a long way to go.
It's not possible.
It doesn't seem that way, and I think that's the biggest thing he has to understand is that a lot of people, especially with what's going on right now, that they're not going to take him too serious about this whole thing. And then especially not to say anything hateful, but just how he presents himself, the whole thing with the Fiero, and it just comes across as slightly odd. And I'm like I said, I'm not trying to be mean or anything.
I mean,
it just
like,
doesn't
let's
seem
look at
legitimate.
Well, I mean, let's look at the whole thing. So it's this console with 3 bays at the top, and you plug in modules like video cards. I mean, like the way technology changes so much in such a little time, it's impossible to predict how it changes. I mean, like when the PlayStation 4 came out, did anyone predict that we would have anything? Okay. To the way the PlayStation 5 works, could anyone have possibly predicted that? No, they couldn't have. I mean, mind you, I heard even before, like during the days of the PlayStation 3, that they were going to have a PlayStation 5. I knew about it in advance, though the theories were different. That's just the reality of it all, folks.
Right.
I have a background in tech. You don't. Tra-la-la-la-la.
Unfortunately, you're not gonna gain traction, especially with the same crowd who's looking at the Amico with a fine lens. So I just don't know what he hopes to gain out of releasing that information at this point in the game, especially if he doesn't have anything to show. I mean, if you don't have anything to really go off of and some experience, and just like Tony asked if he had it. Go ahead.
Tamu Yamika here said, make a good point, is obsessed with the painter laser, the laser active.
The laser active. Yeah, that obviously holds a special place in his heart. So they're trying to, kind of duplicate that in a sense. I mean, well, only time will tell. Maybe he isn't. Maybe he really has got people working. I don't know. I just got to take it at face value and the videos that he makes. And that's another thing. You got another CEO of a company. If you are truly making something, you're also putting yourself out there as, I wouldn't say CEO because I don't know if he's the head of company or however that, however that works, whatever position he is, but you're also making videos about another company and their products and stuff like that. It's just, to me, seems odd. Hey, I'm all for it. Some of the videos are in good fun, but it just doesn't give you just don't see companies and CEOs and presidents of company. They don't present themselves in that way. So it always looks odd. It just looks off,
I mean,
Tony was back, but he's gone again.
It's just not going to happen like that. I know people might think this is but it's a joke. It has to be.
It's what it, and especially when you do like you say, you didn't like the cartoon. Personally, I didn't mind the cartoon, but when you do that, it's like, and then the way you have it, it seems, if your video quality is not up to par, I would almost assume your product is probably in the same,
I mean, like, realm. He kept saying, it's coming, and then it was at the last point. He could have cut that video down if he were serious.
Well, it's just a lot of like small jokes, and then you're just putting little speech bars, trying to explain what's going on. It just doesn't hit home. If you really have a product, keep your mouth shut. Don't make videos about other guys. Be professional, regardless of whether people are screwing up and Tommy on the other side's a bonehead. You don't need to point his mishaps out. People can see those mishaps for themselves. Just let your product at the end of the day speak for itself if you do have a product.
What if I'm wrong? Well, if I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. And for this. And because of my background in A+ certification. That's how I know I'm right.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I mean, it's hard. That's why I'm trying to be nice at the same time. I'm trying to be nice.
It's just not that big of a deal. And in the end, I'll tell you one thing. You can't even search for the guy's video, channel. He has it hidden away somewhere, and that's suspicious.
It's not only that, but it's like the website seemed like, okay, if you're going to have a website, wouldn't you want to have like a top-notch quality website and all this stuff? And it just looks like all stuff that was just thrown together within, a week or two. I mean, look at Tony's website. It's not going to be the groundbreaking website, but he's got something up and running, and he's trying to take what he's doing seriously now and trying to create content and maybe make a name for himself and enjoy bringing content to people who enjoy watching his stuff. So I can totally understand from that aspect. You just compare the two. I mean, just use your head, use a logical decision making, and it should tell you what you need to know. And from what I see, it just doesn't look like the guy's serious, and it does come across as a joke. So he's back again, Tony. You got a stable connection there. Or you just keep getting thrown out.
All right, Tommy Uyamiko is asking about my smoke detectors. We really never knew what was going on with ours, so we ended up disconnecting the ones that were the problem, and everything's fine.
Well, that's the thing. Our little 9 volts are just dead. I gotta change them out.
We had to directly remove the fire alarms. And it was just something with the way they're all chain linked together, and I hate those kind of fire alarms. But welcome back, Tony. We're just talking about crap while you were gone.
Are you okay now?
Are you okay? Did Sidekick Max kick you in the balls?
I think he's still having issues here.
Poor guy.
That's one thing I would say is we need to get a little bit more of a stable connection. I need to get some internet. That way I could run some videos on my end, especially if we're gonna do this indie thing. I'd definitely like to have it look a little bit more professional. Would always be good. But Bad Signal says, Carl, what if you are wrong though? And I think he's talking about the
if
Zero.
I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, it's not a big deal. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I was wrong about the Atari VCS. What came of it? Nothing.
Now, Carl, were you? Did you say that it would never release? What were you wrong about exactly on the VCS?
Actually, what I said, and I quote, "It's the Nigerian prince of video game consoles." No offense, show. Just that, people use the term Nigerian prince as a scam. Well, I thought it was a scam. Especially when I heard rumors. Well, I heard rumors that they were offering Bitcoins with it.
And here's the thing: is it came out, it shipped, but were you completely wrong about it? I don't think so. I mean, they really didn't deliver
on what they.
I still think they didn't deliver on what they.
You still think?
I mean,
maybe
you got a console out, but what is it doing? It was an expensive console.
Kind of in purgatory. It's $400.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
okay. I guess I see your point.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think you're completely wrong about it. I think there was a good enough reason for you to be skeptical about it, and hell, I don't think they're really pushing, these out the door. They're available, at Best Buys and stuff like that or whatever, but I don't think people are clamoring to go get an Atari VCS. It's lucky that it made its way out the door with the amount of issues that they were having.
Do you think the Zero needs to be an RFID? This guy's trolling me. Or trying to, at least. Does it need an RFID?
Bad Signal's not Tommy Zero, is he?
I don't know.
We hope not. But either way, I think it's just the way it's presented. It just seems.
I'll tell you what the Intellivision Zero needs. It needs a launch control for nuclear ballistic missile, for intercontinental ballistic missiles, bitch.
Tony.
What?
Check. Oh, there we go.
Sega.
He's alive.
Boy, it's been me and Gary keeping the show up.
What do I got to do to get a spot on this show regularly?
Ask.
I'd have to show up every Saturday, though. And I think
not necessarily. You could alternate.
If we do Mondays or Sundays, whatever Tony wants to do. I think Mondays, but I gotta work around it.
I mean, as I said, and Tony's said that he wants to other people for the weekly 7. I said that's great. That's if you need help finding someone, let me know.
Well, I definitely think we make the indies work though, because I think that is my specialty. I think I've proven that.
Yeah.
Tonight with the hunt down, but yeah, I'm definitely interested in being here more often, but just got to work around the old schedule. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's cool.
So
let's
Carl,
see what. Huh?
Or go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say. So you said you're done with the Switch games. You got all your Switch games locked up for the year.
Well, not 10 not for the year. I'm just saying I reached an epic milestone. 10. It means I'm working on the next 10.
Oh, okay, there you go. That's what I like to hear. Yep. You never.
Yeah, no, I'm not giving up.
The Switch is a giving tree. It just keeps giving and giving. It never
it does.
ends.
Yeah.
But you said you were going to stay away from Diablo because that's due out this month.
I might get Diablo 2. I don't know. I'm just thinking of what they did with Warcraft 3 Classic, and it was a mess. So I'm not sure if it'll work right. That's why I'm skeptical.
Well, I hear a lot of people that have been beta testing it, said it's been rather good. The only problem is that, you know, a lot of people will tell you that they don't think that dungeon crawlers make very good console games, especially if you're a PC guy with mouse and keyboard, because obviously there are certain classes that you play that you know, a mouse and keyboard just works.
They also said that I also heard rumors that there's no local multiplayer.
Really? I thought there was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I know Angry Joe. I know that Angry Joe had it on his news broadcast. So
I'll have to look back into that, because I thought
maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know.
That would definitely be a missed opportunity there, because I think that's a game that could definitely have a big advantage in multiplayer. And that's a game that I didn't get to play too much of Diablo 2. I spent a little bit of time playing it with a friend of mine. He was more into it than I was at the time, but it's something I'd like to revisit, especially with what they did. I think it looks really good.
Anthony FX says Tony is being DDoS'd. How would you know that?
What's that?
Anthony FX is saying Tony is being DDoS'd.
Really?
And I asked, how in the world do you know that? Unless you were the one doing it.
Yeah, because he's definitely trying to fight his way on here. He's having some kind of technical difficulties right now, but we'll keep the show going as long as we can, right, Carl?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, buddy. If that's the case, I'm going to boot you off. I want to boot you off myself. Let's see now. So, do give me cause to suspect otherwise.
Well, we hope that's not the case.
Oh, well, that does. Internet going nuts is not the same thing as being DDoSD.
Right.
I mean, unless you're the one doing it, and if that, like I said, so don't give me reason to assume you are. Okay, I don't play around. So let's see here. What we got? Mr. Beefy. Let's see now. It feels weird that it's just me and you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tony's been gone for about 5-10 minutes now.
All right. Let's see what the Bad Pixel says. What is one serious question you have for Tommy Zero? Okay. All right. If we're going to ask him something. All right. I do have a question. Would you have forced Germany to sign the Treaty of Versailles after the First World War? The one that basically made Hitler the dictator of Germany.
I'm going to cross our fingers here. Hopefully this is the ticket for Tony
Carl,
to get back in.
Okay. All right, let's see here.
I mean, if I had a serious question for Zero, I'd say, what solid evidence that this thing is not a joke could you give me? I think that would be the biggest thing. If you could give us a sliver of something real that we can go on, what is that sliver that you could deliver to us, other than just taking,
I mean, you did say. I mean, you did say, ask me if I had a serious question.
I'm gone for like 5 minutes, and you guys are talking about the War of 1812. What's going on?
No, we're talking about the Great War.
I tried to steer him into the Switch games, but the chat has other.
There's a troll in the chat room.
Who is trolling? I didn't see anyone trolling.
Let's see here. Bad Signal, I think is his name. Let me find it here.
Hey, Carl, he was joking.
Is he? Anthony
Bad-
EFX was just joking about the DDoS attack.
Bad
DDoS,
Signal.
for people that don't know, DDoS is a dedicated denial of service attack.
Mhm.
But no, I was not getting DDoS. I think it was too
Told
windy
you.
or it was a train or something.
So if someone farts in your general direction, you have internet problems?
Pretty much. I live next to
Wow.
the train track.
Oh, okay. So, I
Carl
mean,
takes
like,
things too serious. You gotta.
if you
relax.
have girl problems, you could tie her to the train tracks.
No, that would be a bad. No, Carl. Bad Carl.
Tony's like Jay-Z. He's got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
That's right. Not anymore. I got divorced.
Born free as the wind blows.
So
All right,
I
so
don't
let's-
know if we're going to be able to look at these trailers. I'm going to try to get the trailer going again.
Don't do it, man! And
That's right.
Clearly, the internet doesn't want you to.
And maybe it's Sony. They're like, hey, you can't show our trailers. We're going to shut you down.
I wouldn't. We can talk about them. Oh, we can talk about the troll here. Carl, you already admitted you could be wrong. Yeah, so anyone could be wrong. But
Not me. I've never been wrong. I don't think I've ever been wrong.
Bullshit.
What have I ever been wrong about? Name one thing that I've been wrong
Well, I said, and I quote, Amica fans make the best general gaming videos, and you said I've never said that, and I did say that before.
No. I think I might have been joking.
Okay.
You're gonna have to catch me in 4K.
Okay, whatever. I'm not. I mean, if that's whatever. I'm not going to Tommy Tallarico you. I mean, it is what. It's not that big of a deal.
All right, so we're gonna try this one more time to watch this trailer. Hopefully. Don't me, Carl.
All right, cool.
I'll leave you here with Gary again, so you guys can fumble your way through a stream.
We did okay.
I tried to keep you on track, Carl.
Yeah. This troll is just too funny. That's all.
All right, here we go. Okay, I just wanted to pause it here real quick so you guys can see that right here on the screen where it says not actual gameplay. Now, this is a major studio announcement game that they put a little thing on there that says not actual gameplay. And I'm to believe that somehow Intellivision is not able to do the same thing when I presented this opinion to both the CFO and the COO and the CEO of the company. They said that they couldn't do that. They said that why would they need to do that? It's not misleading. The trailer's
because they
not
don't have
misleading.
Ninja Kitty doing their video editing, of course.
Now see, most of the time, this not actual gameplay means that these CGI cutscenes are not indicative of what you will receive in actual gameplay. But there have been studios before, namely, 2K, when they did BioShock, when they did Infinite, was a big kind of, because they were showing bits and pieces of what looked like gameplay, and then they did go and show a clip of them actually playing parts of the game, and the game actually came out. It was a fantastic game, but it wasn't what they had showed, and it was kind of a bait and switch. People were That's when people really started paying attention to this, not actual gameplay. But this is what I would expect, is that this is going to be in the game as a cutscene, but this is not going to be what the game looks like. But yeah, you're right, Tony.
Aliens Colonial Marines did the same thing, and they got a lot of shit for that.
Oh, man. But we know how Aliens Colonial Marines turned out, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Duke Nukem Forever.
Hey, I like Duke Nukem Forever. It's okay.
But it wasn't a success, though.
No.
That's all
This looks good. This looks good, though. I like this.
I wonder if we'll get an Ultimate Alliance 4. Actually, no, I'll tell you the game I want someone to make. I want them to make an X-Men Destiny 2.
Looks good. I like the teaser. It's definitely it's got me intrigued.
Yeah, it was just a teaser. People are upset though because it is exclusively for the PlayStation 5.
Well, of course it is. Not that big of a deal though.
Yeah, to me it's not that big of a deal because I got a PlayStation 5. So.
You know, I'm thinking about upgrading either getting a PlayStation 5 next year or upgrading my my Xbox to a Series X.
Well, I've been an Xbox user for quite a bit. Haven't.
I'm gonna go with the X though.
A PlayStation console since PlayStation 2. That was around the time when I was in the console wars. I'm a little too old for that nowadays, but it just came down to preference. At the time, I liked Xbox 360 was at its peak. I think with the 360 and what they were doing and how Microsoft handled their whole Red Ring of Death situation, and they were taking care of their customers. They won me over, and it wasn't anything to do with Sony. I just thought that there were games like Halo that I liked, Gears of War, and that's what swayed me over to Xbox. But if I had the money and I had the choice, I'd have everything in my house. I'd have a PS5, I'd have the current Xbox, I'd have Switch OLED, I'd have it all, man. So I'm just a lover of games in general. Just whatever I can afford, whatever the big title is going to be this generation is probably where I'm going to spend my money.
So, okay, the question, which would I buy, an Amico or an Intellivision Zero? I'll tell you right now, I knew right away from the very beginning the Amico was theoretically possible. I knew it. Just from listening to them, I strongly believe that an Amico could be built.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, Intellivision Zero doesn't have at least I can say Amico has something floating around that resembles an actual product. You can't really compare the two because there's nothing there to compare.
Can we just stop treating the Zero like it's a real thing?
Then I think we need to boot Bad Signal. Then
no, I'm not going to boot Bad Signal. Just ignore him. Just don't give him.
He seems to be on this. He seems to be on this kicker. All right, dude. See.
Back
on topic.
The Wolverine game. I am intrigued. I'm wondering what it's going to be. If it's going to be solely dedicated to Wolverine, how they're going to do that.
I bet it'll be an action game myself.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's going to follow like Spider-Man, right? You're going to have like a Rocksteady type. I think that's been the current go-to, right? Batman and Spider-Man have kind of followed the same trend. I think it's time to throw Wolverine in there, and you got yourself a good game, right? You follow that recipe for success.
He doesn't have as much villains per se as like a Spider-Man or a Batman.
That's okay.
I mean, is it?
Oh,
okay?
hey! I was thinking, they could have a guest spot for Deadpool and some of the other X-Men characters.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if it's going to be just solely Wolverine, or it's going to be Wolverine and then some guest characters sliding in there.
Well, this looks like origin story stuff, right? I mean, I'm not too in depth with Wolverine, but this is kind of like, is this the start of it, or do you think this is well after
It could be either because it looks like he's in a bar. That's all we really got is he's in some kind of bar. He obviously beat everybody up.
I mean, it almost calls back to the original movie, right? Isn't that kind of how
the
they
original
like?
X-Men movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see the I hate the X-Men or the Wolverine origin movie. Oh my gosh! I'll tell you what I want to see in the Wolverine movie game. I want to see unlockable costumes like his X-Men one from the animated series era. The X-Men animated series, that was a cool costume.
I've always said they need to go back and redo the. I was not a fan of the X-Men movies, so I always wanted to see him don his costume.
I want to see Wolverine's unlockable costumes. That would be pretty cool. I'm curious what they're going to do with the game because he has a healing factor. And his sense of smell, which could really work really well for finding stuff,
like tracking down. Yeah, that could be a feature.
Yeah, that could be
like Tony says though. It's like how is this going to work as if it's just him on his own? Because I think it will be a bit, at least to me, it will be a bit boring if there's no cameos by other X-Men characters or stuff like that.
Let's see. So. They could do a Mega Red. Sabretooth.
Omega Red's great. That's a great
Omega
character.
Red would be a really solid choice. Lady Deathstrike.
Tomoe Yumiko wants the new to Weapon X skin. Yeah, but he has several characters, but not a lot.
Only if they have an adamantium claw coming out of his wang.
Only for you, Carl. Only for you.
Real quick, as of right now, I see no LLC for his business. Have you been able to find a legit business for Tommy Zero? No, I haven't, and I stopped looking. I'm not taking him serious until he shows something to be serious about.
And I think that was the big telltale sign of 2 weeks ago is when you said, "Hey, look, you were looking it up," there, and he had kind of switched gears a little bit, and I think that's where he lost a little bit of credibility. And I want to be nice, and I think Tony's doing the same thing. He just wants to be nice, but at the same time, hey, if it's too early to talk about, then just don't talk about it. Keep your head down. If you're really working on it, then when you do have something to show us, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to talk about it. And I think that's why Tony was hesitant on bringing him on the show in the first place.
Rhea, I agree with. It does look cool. Or sound cool, at least. I was listening to it, admittedly.
Well, listen to this. We're gonna listen to another game because Marvel is just
which is this one?
This is the Spider-Man 2 reveal trailer.
Ooh,
wait a minute! They already had a Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Miles Morales.
No.
It's Miles and Peter together, right?
Yeah, Miles Morales was not Spider-Man 2. It was just like a spin-off. This is the actual.
Which looked fantastic. Did you guys play that?
Miles Morales?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I own it. I haven't played it yet. I'm still going through the DLC for the first Spider-Man.
I don't do helicopter chase sequences. That's why I never bothered to play the first one.
The first one's great. It's fantastic.
It looks, I never got to play it either.
I could, like but I just have trouble keeping up with the chase sequences.
They're not that hard, actually. If you play it, they're pretty well done. Like they'll usually stop. Like if they get too far ahead, they usually stop a little or slow down so you can try to catch up before they, take off. And
it's got a Grand Theft Auto type chase where if you fall, you lag too much behind, you lose the mission.
I always failed. So I don't have a PlayStation at the moment. So,
all right, let's dive into this.
Let's see it. Put it on.
I'm very excited for this Spider-Man because the villain that is in the trailer that's doing the talking is obviously Kraven the Hunter. Big fan.
Kraven's the one with the fur on his back, right, or whatever.
Yeah, he's got like the vest that's fur.
Anything Spider-Man, I'm in.
I don't like broke superheroes.
For as long as I can remember.
Sorry, I don't.
Equal. One who could push me.
I hate to say that Spider-Man's got to be the best superhero of all time.
No, he isn't. That goes to Captain America.
One who could even beat me.
Captain America is the best.
Is disappointment.
The Hulk is the best superhero.
No, you're wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Captain America is at the zenith of natural human potential. That's why. He's the equivalent of what humans are when, through evolution or whatever. That's why Captain America's the best.
Oh, Venom. I like it.
Besides,
you think we're getting multiplayer in this? Co-op?
Ooh, maybe.
I think there might be co-op.
Besides, I'll tell you the Incredible Hulk's greatest weakness: therapy.
No, it's not.
All Bruce Banner has to do is get his issues worked out, and there he goes.
That's not true.
I
will admit, whatchamacallit was trash, though. I don't like Professor Hulk. It was an awful way to.
The comic version of Professor Hulk's a lot better, and that's when he does go to therapy from Doc Samson, and they merge all the personalities together.
Boy, that's weird.
But the Hulk is the best superhero. He's the strongest mortal to ever walk the face of the earth. He could literally punch the earth. He could punch the earth and blow it up. That's how fucking strong he is. Who's better than that?
But I mean, Captain America has other qualities that make him superior, though.
At least in the MCU, and what they did to him in Endgame, I was absolutely Infinity War, and we just recently watched these movies. We watch them all the time, but we just recently watched them like the other day. Infinity War was amazing. I didn't mind them setting up him getting his ass kicked at the beginning of the movie to show you how strong Thanos was. But for them to do what they did to Hulk, and then for Hulk for him to actually go and say he's got, like in the second movie in Endgame, when he says, "Oh, I got the best of both worlds," he's got the brains and he's got the brawn. I don't think that like it just doesn't jive with me that you can have the brains and the brawn, and you can know that you're strong and still have that brute strength, because a Hulk was not really, he was untamed. You know what I mean? It just, to me, it just didn't flow right. And I'm not like super huge into the comics. I wasn't like, like I've said before, I follow these characters. I know quite a bit about them, but I'm not too deep into the comics. But at least for that standpoint, I hated Endgame. At least maybe I'm the only one who felt that way.
Well,
but what they did to Hulk.
In the comics, they do make a Hulk into an intelligent Bruce Banner Hulk. Like I said, he goes to therapy. There's 3 Hulks at that point. There's the Green Hulk, which is like a childlike mentality. Then there's, as Mr. Beefy's pointing out, a Mr. Fix-It, which is a weaker Hulk, but he has a better intellect. He's like a normal human as far as intellect. And then
he's more
Bruce
civilized.
Banner, obviously. Yeah. So then they merge the 3 personalities, because what happens is when he was a child, he saw his dad murder his mom, and that fractured his psyche. And so they put it back together and it becomes the Professor Hulk. But then years later, they turn around and say that actually the Professor Hulk was just a personality that Doc Samson created in order to contain the Hulk, and he's not actually the 3 merged together, and they kind of bring back the old Hulk.
So they do, but they do touch on that because he's intelligent, he's weaker because of it.
No, actually, here's the Hulk can lift 100 tons as the Professor Hulk. The normal Hulk that you're used to, he could lift over 100 tons, but only when he gets mad. Like when he starts off, he's like 80 tons.
Right, the adrenaline and the pure anger is what makes him That's what I always got from it. That's why movie Hulk, the MCU Hulk, just pissed me off, is that they're trying to at least convey that because he is smarter now, that he now can control his rage, but he's just as strong, which is, in my belief, is not the case. With his rage is what makes him Hulk, right?
Well, like I said, in the comics originally, his strength had no level because the madder Hulk gets, the stronger he gets.
Right.
But they started changing it, and like I said, the intelligent Hulk was the strongest at a calm state, but he never got any stronger. Whereas the Green Hulk, the regular Hulk, would start off weaker than the Professor Hulk, but he would eventually surpass him in strength by getting mad. But then, years later, they had Hulk go to an alien planet, and he kind of became the king.
Oh, I remember that, hearing about that one.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Gladiator Hulk that they had from Ragnarok.
Okay.
Well, the comic book version of that is basically the strongest the Hulk's ever been. He's intelligent, and he's knows how to strategize, and he's learned combat maneuvers. So he's like the best of everything as far as Hulks go.
Right, and I like that a lot better. I think that, and that's why I think I associated with Ragnarok was worlds better than what they did to him in Endgame. I think I just still sour about what they did to him in Endgame was just awful, in my opinion.
Well, I think that they really were trying to shelve him as far as Endgame. Like, you couldn't just have the Hulk. Like, then everyone would be like, "Well, why didn't the Hulk just go in there and whoop his ass?" Or,
it's like the Lord of the Rings. It's like the Lord of the Rings movies or the books.
Well, I see, and the problem was with those last two movies. I still look at what they do to Thanos in Endgame is what they could have done to him in Infinity War. Why, when they had when they put him to sleep, why didn't they just cut his arm off in the first place? Why were they trying to pull a gauntlet off of him?
Yeah,
so it's kind of like a plot hole, but
that whole movie, the two movies, there's so many plot holes, so many. They should have did this, or why didn't they do it this way? It's just very, very silly. As far as Thanos, I didn't like the whole thing with Thanos not being in love with death. Am I losing you guys? What's going on?
No, we're still here.
You guys
I'm
quiet.
listening.
I was like, fuck.
I thought you had more to say.
No. Yeah, Endgame pissed me off. Infinity War pissed me off. The only thing that I sort of liked was they told you that it was gamma radiation coming off the gauntlet. In my theory, this is my personal theory, that the gamma radiation is going to cause the Hulk to turn into the Maestro from the comics, and he'll be the villain for the Young Avengers to fight.
I mean, oh, hell, I got nothing.
But what'd you think of the trailer for the game? You got Venom showing up. You got Miles Morales.
I think it looks fantastic. I think they're definitely teasing multiplayer. I think somebody will get to play as Miles and somebody will get to play as Peter. Now, do you think they're? Well, obviously they're crossing the multiverse, right? That's what's going on here?
Well, no, not necessarily. It's just within the Spider-Man Sonyverse, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. Well, either way, I like my Spider-Man. I still haven't played PS4 Spider-Man, so.
Well, you got to. It's great.
I need a PS4 first. It's one of the big games. It's one of the big games I've been like dying to play for years now. I just never had the chance to do it.
Yeah, me too. Admittedly, it's one of my gaming regrets.
It's fantastic.
At least so I can find all the flaws that bug me about the game.
I don't know. Are you guys the big Batman fans? Because the new Batman you're not a big Batman fan.
Nope.
I'll tell you right now. I played Arkham City once, and that point where you had to go chasing the guy all over, just when I couldn't keep up, and the game just ended for me, and that was the last time.
There's a lot going on in those games, but I do like the combat. I think it has a lot, and I think that's because of because of those games dropped before, like the first Arkham, right? That dropped before Spider-Man, but I think that's basically where they got their gameplay style loop from.
Yeah, that's what everyone says.
But,
I've never played it. I think
it was solid. It was solid. It's just, especially the last one that came out on Xbox One, which is what, City. There's a lot going on, and that's the biggest issue with it, is that there's so much, like, so many mechanics, and I don't know if Spider-Man plays like that, where there's so many combos, there's so many moves, there's so many different things you can do that you just get so lost into what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mr. Beefy says, yes, Thanos in love with death over cosmic hippie Thanos. Here's the thing. Now, he wanted to use the Infinity Gauntlet to snap away half the universe, right? Because his whole goal was to make resources last longer so people wouldn't suffer, right? Why didn't he just use the gauntlet to double the resources? Or
that's an interesting point. Or quadruple them.
Or just make people,
or to make them everlasting.
Right. I mean, good, Gary.
That's a great point. Obviously he had some sadistic tendencies there. But I mean, that is a great point. Yeah, they're like a.
The thing is, he did it in the comics. He snapped away half the universe because he was trying to impress Death. They just wanted that moment from the comics, but they didn't want him to be in love with Death. They didn't want to have to explain that Death was a physical person. They didn't think people were going to understand it. They wanted to try to make him seem like he was not such a bad guy. He was maybe, just misguided. So the whole thing just came off really bad. If you were a fan of the comics, you're like, oh my God, this is so stupid. And it makes no sense.
I'll tell you what Thanos wanted. He wanted to make the Duke controller with the Infinity Stones.
And Future Imperfect. Future Imperfect is a great comic 2-issue miniseries. It's about the Hulk of the future, the Maestro who rules the world, and the Hulk of the past has to go forward and defeat him. He gets his neck snapped by the Maestro right off the bat, and the Hulk is basically fighting someone who's stronger, tougher, better version of himself. It's really good. Very interesting future. And F1 JV is right. Lou Ferrigno Hulk is the best Hulk. Best TV series. Loved it.
The Ferrigs.
Lou Ferrigno.
Why they stopped letting him be the voice of the Hulk, I'll never, The guy who does it in the cartoons is good, but fucking Lou Ferrigno still exists. Give Lou Ferrigno a job.
Yeah, he even sounds tough.
Well, I think lately, Lou Ferrigno had some health issues, didn't he, recently?
Well, just use old. I mean, the Hulk doesn't say that much. You could have got Lou Ferrigno
that's true.
To make a few roars and just dub it in. Anyway, I can go on forever about the MCU and why it sucks compared to the comics. But I don't think that's why people come here. They don't come here to hear me rant and rave.
They want to hear me talk about the Intellivision Zero.
And we don't talk about that. There's a 0 ban on the air.
Sorry, Bad Pixel.
Zero tolerance policy, Carl. Zero tolerance.
Sorry, I tried to root a chip in for you.
Now we got another trailer. I mean, Marvel been dropping trailers left and right.
Oh, yeah. Bring it on.
This is the one Rhea was talking about. She was said,
is this the Deadpool? Or no?
No.
It was the Guardians.
Guardians of the Galaxy. You came here.
Again, I don't know if you've seen it, but it said development footage subject to change. Again, this is a major studio able to do this. Willing to admit that this is not the final footage, yet somehow...
Tony, this seems like a common thing that studios do.
It is. It's a very common.
Are you sure? But aren't they supposed to tell a bunch of say a bunch of mean, awful things about people who are say mean, awful things about them?
What I thought they were supposed to do is they were supposed to show this, have people complain about it, and tell them it was a work in progress and stop being an asshole. That's what I thought.
Seeking truth. A choice. The matriarch wishes to share it with you. United in the light of belief, all suffering, all grief will end. Oh! Ah! Ah! What's wrong with you?
Oh, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Cease this at once.
He broke his ass.
Cosmo! How you doing, buddy?
Grand Unifier Acre, leader of the Church of Truths.
During that ritual with the priest, they kept talking about a promise.
It was like they were drinking funky juice or something.
Or joined the cult.
So let us investigate for you.
Always Gitch, Peter Quill. And not fun time with Bo.
Hey, World Mind, long time no see.
The current probability of defeating the
Universal Church of Truth
is 0.3%.
Is that bad? It sounds bad.
It is.
I hope you've got one hell of a speech plan, Peter.
That makes two of us.
Take you to the stars.
Follow me!
Show you who we are. We're space riders with no name. Take you to the stars. Show you who we are.
By rejecting the promise, you have proven yourselves unworthy, and you must be destroyed.
Now, are they using the same system as they did for the other games?
I don't think so. I think they're using a new system because I think, from my understanding, you only play as Star-Lord and you kind of direct the other Guardians of the Galaxy to do things.
It looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I mean, there's going to be a lot of choices. Apparently, you're going to get up to points in the game where you have to choose what action to do. And that's going to affect how the other Guardians interact with you. So there's going to be a lot of replayability in it. From one of the other trailers, they got to a point where there was like a bridge was out, and they had to figure out how to get to the other side to hit a switch. And one of the choices was to throw Rocket Raccoon over. In doing so, would lower his what's the word I'm looking for? Lowering how much he likes you compared to the other Guardians. So it's definitely going to be an interesting little game. They got the Universal Church of Truth in there.
So me not being the huge comic book guy and not being too familiar with the Guardians before the movies, the dog's name, is that Cosmos?
Cosmo.
Okay, yeah. So he's actually an integral character. So, which leads me to: do you think they're going to have him in the next movie?
He was already in a movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, do you think they're going to touch more on that? Because that's a character that I didn't realize. It didn't dawn on me. The only couple things that stood out to me was that they had Howard the Duck was in there, and Lloyd Kaufman was like an extra. Those were the few like Easter eggs that I seen. I didn't realize that he was an actual established big character. I thought it was kind of just because, like I said, me not being a big comic book guy, you go in watching that movie, you don't really realize that he's already an established character. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe they're going to touch more on him in the upcoming movie.
No, I think it was just a Easter egg that he was in there because his story is a little complicated as far as in the comics, because he's a Russian dog that they send into space, and he gets hit with cosmic rays, and it gives him telepathy and other powers. So I don't think they're going to do more than just he was in there and.
Okay. Damn,
We lose you, Carl? Are you still there?
I need to brush up on my comic book stuff.
You definitely. If you read the comic books, you'll basically know where they're going with some of the storylines and from the movies, but the game does look good. I like all the references to some of the comic book stuff. I like how it's sort of a mixture between the MCU and comics.
Well, they're definitely in the third movie. They're going to touch on what the dude that comes out of the thing, right? Adam, I can't remember his name.
Adam Warlock?
Yes. Is that where they're going with the third movie?
Yeah. Supposedly he's going to be in it and some other people. I don't know. You haven't watched Shang-Chi yet, but there was I want to call it an Easter egg. There was post-credit scene or mid-credit scene? It was a mid-credit scene, I think, where they tell you the rings come from space and it's emitting some kind of signal. So I think that they're going to bring Shang-Chi into space. He's probably going to meet up with the Guardians.
Oh, okay. That was interesting. I did like the movies, so I think Guardians were probably some of the highlights of the MCU. So.
Yeah, I didn't think that I was going to like the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but I liked them a lot. It was pretty good. There was one more trailer that we're going to take a look at. Yeah, we lost Carl. He just...
Well, that's Carl. He just vanishes on us.
I vanished. You vanished at one point. Now it's Carl's turn.
All right, so this next one's got Deadpool in it. I don't know. I just seen the whole, like I said, I just watched that video really quick. I caught Deadpool with some kind of deal. Is that what's in this?
I believe he's in this one, yeah.
In this taco stand.
How long was I in that crypt?
I know where the sun rises.
No more than a few centuries. Centuries? And what of Lilith? Fallen by your hand.
I know where the sun sets.
Until now. You were missed.
Whatever caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you.
I know where the sun rises.
We got a lot of work to do.
Where the sun sets.
Now, why does this look like graphically it looks worse?
Oh, because it's a different studio and it's a different kind of game. It's not going to be an action game.
Of course. Caretaker has reformed the Midnight Suns.
I know where the sun rises.
About time.
You're a Midnight Sun now. One of us.
I love Blade. They need to bring him back.
Oh, Blade's getting a new movie. Don't worry about it.
Let's go, bub.
I know where the sun rises. I know where the sun
Oh, okay. So like a turn-based card kind of game here. Maybe like an XCOM.
Yeah, it's made by the same people. Fireaxis.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense why the graphical style is the way it is then. I'm okay with that. It actually looks really good.
There's blood on the horizon, but I don't break a sweat. 'Cause I know where the sun rises, and I know where the sun.
So that's Midnight Suns. It's going to be a like XCOM style strategic game based loosely on the Midnight Suns comic book series.
Yeah, it looks good there. I like Wolverine's little armor suit. Looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't like Iron Man being in it because the whole idea of the Midnight Suns was supposed to be like the darker, more mystical superheroes coming together. So I think it's a missed opportunity to have some more obscure heroes in the game as opposed to someone like Iron Man and Wolverine.
Right. Are they using them just to sell it? Probably.
That's one of the things that I liked about the Ultimate Alliance. You had the popular heroes, but then you had some of the more obscure heroes that aren't going to sell the game, but they're fun to play with. The fucking Lego Marvel games have so many characters in it. I just fucking love it. You get to play characters that you never would ever play in a video game, as opposed to the Avengers game that has like 8 fucking characters and they all kind of suck.
Right. We actually just bought the little one yesterday. We bought him the Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 or whatever. And I kind of was like on the fence about it because I heard that it might have had some like game breaking stuff. But I was, they had a patch. We'll test it out. He was playing through like the first like hour or so with the Guardians. That was pretty fun. I was watching him play. So yeah, the Lego games are definitely awesome. They definitely try to cram in as many characters as they can. And granted, you don't get to like do much with those characters, and they only have like one kind of unique ability, and those are usually recycled through amongst the characters. But at the end of the day, you still kind of, you get to play with them. You get to at least play how you want to play, even though it's, it's minimal, but it's still cool. It's a nice touch.
Yeah, I mean, they're not perfect, but like I said, they got more characters. There's nothing really game breaking that I could think of when I played it. As far as bugs go, it was sometimes like a mission wouldn't load right or something, and you just reset the mission and it's fine.
What the hell happened?
I don't know what happened to you.
I got my phone internet hicked up. That's what happened.
Maybe you had a train going by you.
I don't know. That'd be awfully weird if that happens. I'm pissing my pants if that ever happens. But that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh well, whatever.
Poor Carl, his internet crapped out.
What's weird? What's really weird was Bad Pixel and Change and Tommy Yamiko were the only ones active that I saw. Come on, weird.
It's because everybody left when you left, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you left, Carl, our view count went down to like 10.
They don't come here. They don't come here for me. They come here for you.
Oh, come on. No, nobody ever comes to watch me.
You heard what they said. They said I use you for views. That's why I got you on the show. That's why Bro had to quit YouTube, because you came on our show.
Oh, I don't
know. Our views.
That's why Cyrus was so pissed.
I mean, it's possible what I said, hurt him. I mean, it wasn't intentional, so that's why I didn't mind so much when he blew up at me. Yeah, things happen,
Carl, it is suspicious that the Amico started to go downhill right around the time you left that side of the group.
That is really weird.
You took the Amico down with you, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's awfully weird.
Either way, I think it's going to be a good game, Midnight Suns.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. To be honest, I'd probably rather play that than the Guardians game, because I think the Guardians game's following like along the same line that a lot of games are following. And
I don't like. Sorry, go on.
All right, so you can't beat a good strategy game. And how many strategy games? I think they have a few for like cell phones and stuff. I think there's a few.
You're talking about the one. You're talking about the XCOM Marvel game.
Yeah, that one looked good.
Yeah, sounds kind of interesting. I'm not a Guardians of the Galaxy fan for a few reasons. Number one, I used to know this guy who would obsess over Rocket Raccoon, much of the way I obsess over Streets of Fire. So that tells you a lot.
Well, Rocket has, when you see Rocket, he says a lot without having to say anything, right? You see that character, he jumps off at, out of the pages at you. But I think that's why it was so well received. I think it's part of the reason why Guardians was as good as it was Bradley Cooper did a hell of a job of voicing Rocket, and that brought that character to life. So
yeah, Bradley Cooper knocked it out of the park with that one. But for me, I like the original Guardians of the Galaxy, not this newer version that they got.
Yeah. The days when Captain Marvel was Miss Marvel.
They did a lot of, the movies definitely made a big impact, because the amount of Guardian stuff that has come out everywhere from it started with Disney Infinity, and then they've just grown, and they've been in a lot of stuff and a lot of Lego games, gotten their own games. So it's good to see stuff like that kind of blow up, though. Stuff that for a long time never was, popular, and that introduces a lot of people who might not be familiar with them to the series. So it's always a good thing.
Yeah, it's kind of I don't know. Like I said, I want an X-Men Destiny 3 or 2.
I was gonna say, you're gonna skip the 2, just go straight to the third one.
I like that game, the Destiny, because you basically got to choose your powers and choose your mutant powers and character.
That was the really colorful one, right? I'm trying to remember which game that was.
That was the one where you had to pick your character and you kind of created your own X-Men character.
Yeah, that's it.
I always get that one and Legends confused, but Legends is like Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, Legends was what led into the Ultimate Alliance games.
Right. They need to do another X-Men Legends game.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I liked it that, was it Marvel online game they had? What the hell was it called? Marvel Heroes. But then the CEO got caught sexually harassing people, and then that game got canceled.
Was that the massive MMO?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was online. It was on PC, and then they brought it over to PlayStation. And then 3 months later, the CEO of Gazillion got caught up in a sexual harassment lawsuit, and then the game just got fucking shut down.
Oh,
if he had just had her had her taken and sent to the South Pole or something, he never would have had that problem. Just saying.
I pre-ordered it. I put a bunch of money into it, getting ready for the game, and then they fucking canceled it, and I lost everything.
Yeah,
you didn't get none of it back?
No, I mean, because the game was out for 3 months, so technically I got to play it for 3 month.
I knew someone who that happened to with Hellgate London.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Oh, Hellgate London. Yeah, there's been a lot of games like that, like Huxley. I don't think Huxley ever came out.
Actually, another team did end up releasing Hellgate London for free, so you can still play it if you have them if you have a computer, and it's an old game, so
Piss me off.
Are you gonna rage?
No, I'm not gonna rage. I just wish someone would have figured out how to
Told you.
play offline.
Yes, they might have a servers for it.
Because the game was fun. The game was good.
I remember, didn't they have a DC one like that too, didn't they?
Yeah, well, the DC Online is still up and running. That one's
Is
all
it
right.
really?
But that one, you make your own hero. And I'm not a big fan of DC, so it's, I guess.
There's a .hack game where you could create your own character, but it was for the PC and in Japan, so.
Yeah, them Japanese, they get all the good shit.
Yeah,
I know all those. I know a lot of people say that that Sword Art Online is better, but I've always been more of a fan of .hack.
The games or the franchise?
Just in general.
I think Sword Art Online pissed me off. Sidekick Match is like, we're going to watch this. Everyone's talking about this anime, right? So we sat down to watch it. And the first episode just blew me away. I'm like, fucking, this thing's going to be badass. They're stuck in a video game. They're going to have to go through all the levels. And it seemed really cool. And then by the third episode, I was like, this is shit. What am I watching? This is like a fucking harem anime with like a bunch of dorky people that I don't care about.
Yeah.
And then I got all the games. For some reason, I own every single Sword Art Online game for PlayStation.
This is how it is. You need to just play it. Forget about all that crap and play the Ascent. Wait, I don't know if the Ascent is over there on the PS4, 5 or whatever. Oh well. I like the Ascent just because it's kind of reminds me of a bit like Shadowrun, maybe. But man, navigating that game is horrible.
Like the original Shadow Gearing.
Oh, yeah, for the Genesis, not the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, the Ascent has not been announced for PS4 or PS5.
Oh well, yeah, it's probably exclusive to all that.
It is exclusive.
Oh well.
Carl,
it is what it is. I'm all right. I might yawn, but I have pretty good badass longevity.
So do you want to hop into another game? You want to expose the game I was talking about a week ago? I sent you, Tony.
If you want to bust it out.
Yeah, we can do that because I'll get some more games on the list when we start doing the Monday shows. This is probably one. This is one that I think Carl will like. This one too. I heard this was coming out on Switch, on physical. I asked the guys on. I just happened to catch it on Facebook and asked them, "Hey, is it going to be physical and is it going to be on the Switch?" And they told me, gave me a double yes. I said yes and yes. I said I'm in, man. This looks absolutely awesome. It's called what was it? Turbo Kid? Turbo
Kid?
Boy? Turbo Kid or Turbo Boy?
Turbo Joe?
Turbo Kid.
And it has a movie. Okay. And I've never seen the movie, and I was very intrigued.
Oh, the movie looks crazy.
It looks really good. It looks kind of like a very indie budget. You know, the effects look kind of cheesy-ish, but it looked really good. And it's got what's his name's in it? Damn, what the hell's his name? The dude that looks like Jack Nicholson.
I didn't want to ask you about a game that I heard about on the Xbox. What do you think of Neon City Riders?
I've never heard of that.
Neon City. I'd have to see a trailer to jog my memory. I haven't played it though. I've heard of it, but I'd have to see it. It's one of those things where this is what comes down to the whole like Amico talk. When people say you gotta play something, I don't have to play something to know it's gonna be enjoyable. It's got quality. Like when you watched Hunt Down, the pixel art just comes to life, and you got 80s. I love the 80s. Okay. Late 80s, a great time. Even though I was born in 86, it's just something captures me about the late 80s and in the late 80s especially. So when I see 80s, a game, I don't have
the
to
80s
play
are a lot
something
like me.
to know.
The 80s are a lot like me, loud and colorful,
flashy.
Were you talking about Michael Ironside?
Yes. He was actually in He was in one of the last like Splinter Cells, wasn't he? Wasn't he? He voiced one of the bad guys, not in the last one that they made, but the one before that, when they changed the style of Splinter Cell. He's been in a lot of movies, obviously, but he did. I'm pretty sure Michael Ironside did the main bad guy in the second to last Splinter Cell. But
yeah, Tony.
This looks absolutely incredible, Carl. You have to. You know, is this the movie trailer or is this the game?
I'm gonna play the movie trailer first, so that we're all
I
familiar
don't play games based on movies.
Well, guess what? Technically it is a game based on a movie, but the movie came out like 6 years ago.
Let's just look at the movie and then let's judge it for what it is. I gotta unmute the site.
I will destroy you with my turbo glove, the ultimate weapon against the robot threat. But to be a true hero, you'll have to save your girlfriend.
Hey, what's that in your hand?
It's a comic book.
What's it about?
It's about a turbo rider.
It's rad.
I always wonder what the other side looked like.
It's kind of gray and dusty. Well, I could show you.
Around here, we like to do things with a little more joie de vivre.
Where is she?
Release the girl! This is gonna get ugly. As you may know, the situation is critical. We have reached maximum casualty levels. Who exactly are you supposed to be?
Turbo Rider.
This is it, soldier. We have to hit these damn machines with everything we've got. Find them, kill them, and lay back their heads on pikes. I'm meeting up with an old mate. We're going straight to Zeus. What do you say? Let's roll.
That's awesome. Dude, I love the music.
Is in your hand.
Yeah, when I saw that trailer, that shit's badass.
Totally be Turbo Kid.
Yeah, I love the music. I love the whole style of it. There's something. It's like rad set in an apocalyptic setting. I guess it would be the best way to describe it. I think that's like what they're going for. It looks great. So, and I had only discovered that trailer after I had seen the trailer for the game on Facebook. So,
oh, shit. Hold on, my computer's chugging.
Oh. I think your computer problems crashed my internet last time.
I hope not. There we go. Now this is the trailer for the game. It's coming to Kickstarter, as you can see.
but so is Apple.
Outer Mind is the studio behind the YouTuber games from PewDiePie.
It looks solid though. It's got like a very skate or die feel to it right there. The animations look fantastic. That's awesome. A little bit of like of a Meat Boy feel.
Yeah, it looks nice. It definitely doesn't look like a $60 game. It looks like a $20 game, but it doesn't look good.
No, I could see this coming out like a limited run for like $30-$35, which is right in my wheelhouse to pay for something like this. Especially if it's on physical. The animations look fantastic. I love
Way
all the
too
blood
bloody
and
for
gore.
Amico.
Yeah, this is not going to be an Amico day one. But it looks good. I think it looks fantastic. We lost Carl again.
There he is. He's back.
Can we not play any more movie trailers, please?
He dropped, huh? You didn't get to see that, did you, Carl?
You're killing my internet. Or my phone internet, at least.
Wait, was that Carl in the dark, or was that Michael Myers?
Who knows? Who knows?
If it were me, I'd have killed you with a giant dildo bat, like Saints Row.
A bit too much blood. You can never have too much blood.
Yeah, I think that was the right amount of goofy, gory blood. Very trauma-like.
Mm-hmm.
There was something I seen because of that movie. Something led me to the Vampire High School or something that was a trauma movie lately or something. It had AVGN and it looked absolutely absurd, but it looked great.
So many absurd movies and games and stuff. Beefy's phone's gonna die. He's taking off. Hey, take it easy, Beef. Carl is bored. Carl is so bored.
No, I was actually just taking care of something while you were talking. That's all.
Well,
I'm still listening.
DSP on us.
He's so bored he ate the internet.
I haven't gotten up to get ice cream, so I'm not that bored yet.
Pumpkin pie?
Huh?
Pumpkin pie flavored ice cream? Or what?
No, peanut butter swirl.
Ooh, Carl gets all the good ice creams. You don't got good ice cream.
Kroger has a great selection of ice creams.
Yes. Kroger branded ice cream is better than any premium ice cream you will buy.
Yeah.
I will second that.
Yeah. They have a great selection. You know, unicorn, mermaid, peanut butter swirl, birthday cake, bubble gum.
Yeah, I
triple
will
brownie.
agree with Carl on this one. They
Carl
have
the Forrest Gump of ice cream flavors.
I'm the kind of guy who likes kitty ice cream flavors, and I'll admit that. Now, the only one ice cream flavor I really did not like was cupcake. But,
In fact,
you know.
I'm about to steal one of the old ladies' ice creams.
I like butter pecan ice cream myself. That's my favorite.
Yeah, my favorite ice cream is definitely, as said, cookies and cream.
Yeah, but the Kroger brands are definitely they pack it full of all the good toppings, and you can't go wrong with either the Baby Ruth stuff is good or the extreme caramel swirl stuff. Oh man, it's all good. Even the Butterfinger is really good.
You guys are making me hungry for ice cream. Now I'm gonna have to go get some.
Yum.
All right. Anything else you guys want to discuss? We're at 3 hours and 42 minutes.
No,
somehow.
I'm fine.
I don't even know how we get this long into these streams. I feel like we
just
get
how
started.
it happens. It's cool.
Anything you want to add, Gary, before we go?
I think we covered everything pretty well today. I think the Amico's a dead horse, so.
You know, we could talk about the Intellivision Zero some more.
That seems to be Carl's new favorite topic.
I don't know. I mean, this has got bad pixel that it loves to apparently talk about it. So
that's bad signal. Bad signal.
Bad signal. Yeah. I mean, you know, he comes here all the way just to talk about it. I mean, you know, got to keep him entertained somehow. You know.
No, I think we've gone on long enough. Eventually, someone's gonna go ahead and timestamp this. You know, it's kind of hard to timestamp these videos. I've been finding out because we ramble and we go from topic to topic in between, and I mean,
well, it's actually 3:43. I say we stay on about 17 minutes more and make it this bitch a 4-hour tour.
Hell no. Ninja Kitty says Laser Active Guy has 3 alt accounts on here at once. That's impressive.
I should have known.
Not tonight. We definitely got to get a little bit more composed. That's for sure.
I like it composed. I like being like the 80s, loud and colorful.
Yeah, I just think we need to tighten it up a little.
Yeah.
Stay on focus.
I guess we can.
Gotta be professional for the sponsors and for the
fake sponsors and the fake journalists.
Yeah, and for I am working on the T-shirts, Jackass Squad. I already got the idea in my head what it's going to look like. I just need someone to create it.
Hey, if you get the shirt, get the shirts, then I'll buy one.
No. If I get the shirts, Carl, I'm going to send you one for free. I'm not gonna charge my co-host money for a shirt. Now, Gary paid full price.
Radioactive. He has to pay the price of a full Amico, $250.
I will say, when I do get around to making merchandise for the channel, that I'm going to try to price it as low as I can, where I'm not making a bunch of money, just enough to cover the cost of making the product, and maybe like $1 in my pocket or something.
You should. I got the perfect product idea for you: breakaway condoms.
Well, here's the thing, Carl. My fans live in their parents' basement, and they don't contact the outside world or women, so they would have no use for those.
Unfortunately, I don't have any use for them.
You can always sell own holes.
Ninja Kitty suggests we watch Relic Gamer's latest video where he says he's winning at life. No,
that's okay. I think Relic has me blocked.
Like I said before, I want to try to focus on messages, not messengers. So, while I will be on this channel discussing various things and various things people say, I'm not going to be discussing them personally or their channels or whatever.
No, I mean, he literally has me blocked.
I think we're above that.
Yeah. Bad Signal says his wife wants it bareback. Well, it's it's good to know, I guess.
I know the perfect thing to keep his wife occupied: a bear.
Oh.
Not the cute, cuddly animals, the other bears.
The big, hairy gay guys?
Yes.
Well, Carl has got us demonetized once again.
That's okay. We're next going to talk about religion, sports, and politics at the same time. Stay tuned.
Well, some people consider football to be a religion, so. And
yeah, it's my brother's religion.
I was thinking more like the Washington Senators versus the Roman Catholics in a game of football or baseball. See, I did it.
All right, I think it's time to head on out. I do appreciate my co-host being here. Thank you for being here, Carl. Thank you for being here, Gary.
No problem.
Thank you.
To the 11 people still hanging on.
How the hell do we have 11 people in the chat in the room still?
Yeah.
So
what is wrong with you people?
Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
Give yourself an applause.
Yeah, 10 people.
Deserve
there
it.
you go. We got 10. One of them figured out that they shouldn't be here.
How in the world did you guys sit around and watch us ramble on about nothing?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's got to be Carl's 11 alt accounts watching us. Yeah, Ninja Kitty said it's him and his 10 laser gals.
It's a broadcast about nothing.
Yeah, we're like the Seinfeld of live streamers. I don't even know how we get here this long. I just feel like we just ramble
Because they're
on
cool.
nonsensically, just say stupid things, make a lot of dad jokes. Unfortunately, Carl's not a dad, so he just makes bad jokes.
Oh, I don't like children, so
you don't want children.
I don't want children.
You don't want a little Carl running around?
No way.
Carl Jr.
Given the way given my family tree, that kid would be neurotic and bipolar.
Carl just doesn't want to share his wealth. That's what it is.
Oh, I don't have any wealth.
He wants to keep the Switch collection to himself.
Oh, you bet.
Carl is a very, very rich individual. I seen a tour of his house.
Stacks of
gold-plated toilet.
He's wiping his ass with hundreds as we speak.
Yeah. He's got fucking diamond-encrusted sink faucets. The man is fucking...
An invisible Lamborghini.
No wonder why Tommy Tallarico doesn't like you. Couldn't be bought.
Yeah. Well, what is it? Champagne wishes and caviar dreams, Carl?
Ew, I hate caviar.
So rich, he doesn't even like caviar. Can you believe it?
No, I'm so rich, I hate caviar.
He buys it just to throw it down the garbage disposal.
The only thing we use my garbage disposal for is people.
That's how rich he is. He just fucking throws away his servants. Whenever his servants stop working, he throws them away.
She's got a broken leg in the fight. She goes,
We need to do a segment where you play Thurston Howell.
All right. We're cutting it off. I know I keep saying that. I'm like a wife who tells you that she's leaving a party, but then she keeps fucking talking. But I'm going to go now. Love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.
Later, guys.